Welcome everybody out there, wherever you're tuning in from. Thank you once again for joining us. You are watching the 2024 RPM Australian Disc Golf Championships. We are in a goat shed in Molong, New South Wales. And my name's Jason Wiedner. I'm joined, of course, again by my sparring partner, Matthew Freena. How are you, Matty?
I'm pretty good. A little sweaty in the afternoon hours.
Oh, yeah.
But nowhere else I'd rather be. The competition as hot as the conditions.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. So we enjoyed some good FPO coverage this morning. And glad you've all joined us again for Day 2 Moving Day. We see a slightly different card from yesterday. Leading off the card, though, is our overnight leader, our Canadian Super Pro, Thomas Gilbert.
Super Pro, I think that's a pretty adept. It's an adept statement because there is a difference, and I don't mean any offense to the Australian pros. There just is there's a difference in the American pros and the pros that we have in our MPO division. Not to say that he's a shoo-in by any means, or that our boys don't have what it takes to beat the likes of a Super Pro, but yeah, he's definitely the Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, because one of our Park Media favourites from our hometown, the 2 shots behind in second place. There he is, just sort of strutting into camera view there.
Yeah, surveying the region.
Is Dave Peaches Perry. So 6 under overnight and looking nice and relaxed. He'll give us a wave, I'm sure.
Hasn't played as much disc golf as he would have liked to have this year, but imagine if he did.
Oh, it'd be scary. It'd be scary. Also, familiar lead card. 3rd spot taken up by Luke Bain, of course. Last year's winner. There he is under the world's largest umbrella ever built.
And just taking harbourage in the extra amount of protection that offers from that umbrella. Bit of matchy-matchy with the shirt too, isn't there?
Yeah, and of course Blake Housen sneaking his way on 2 in 4th spot, and he's no slouch, as we can see there. So, yeah, 8 down. Thomas Gilbert, 2 shots behind Perry. But it's a bit of a log jam after that. Some very popular names making their way up. Jade Brady, of course, just bumped off lead. Adam Rigby and Tim Bowen. Good rounds from them.
Yeah, the dark horse. Australia's dark horse, not to be confused with Brody. Adam Rigby, world of talent. Now he's realising it. Sees himself in the top 6 currently. I hope he can push being a fellow Jindy Disc Golf team member.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, Austin D'Alessandro running out the 10 there. Dan Frost, a couple of Canberra boys, and Ollie Webb from New Zealand.
Austin's already birdied the almost unbirdieable hole 1. Good start for the Oz dog. That'll get the tail wagging, won't it?
Yep, and we might go into a whole flyover.
Yeah, let's talk about the
see
massive
why this hole is taking so many numbers over this weekend,
hole 1.
Matty.
Yes, it is. It's a par 5. The route that the drone's taking here would probably be considered the more conservative route. A lot of players are going to go to or over the OB to the right-hand side, and as the drone flies left, it does bypass a double mando that the players need to navigate. So most of these guys with the power backhands will do the carry over the out of bounds. There is a longer route and a shorter, more pushing hyzer route. I reckon we're going to see the Super Pro Tom Gilbert go the long way home.
Yeah, I think so too. If you're going to see it, it's going to be on today.
Yeah, if you don't push over this OB with the power backhand for the righty, it really does make birdie hard. Nice late flip up there for Tom.
Yeah. Nice easy in for the marshals out there.
Yeah.
Doing a wonderful job out on course in this heat, those marshals.
Oh, massive thanks to all volunteers involved this weekend.
Yep, doing a wonderful job. As Dave Perry makes his way to the tee pad.
Yes, affectionately known as Peaches. Do you want to tell anyone who might not know why we call him
We've got the camera
Peaches?
view for it right now, and I think everyone watching at home or wherever they are around the world would agree Dave has an exceptional behind to look at. So,
yeah, no strangers to the squat rack is David Perry. Takes a lower, more penetrative line than Thomas.
yeah, good catch there from Neil Vogel, our standing catch cameraman.
For the MPO, braving the elements. Vogel vision, I think we might run with today. That was a great first catch, and that's going to put his confidence
I like to
through
call
the
it
roof.
a Vogel ogle. As Luke Bain with a fairly stock hyzer too.
I'm
Over to a fairly safe opening.
Sponsored by Hyzer Plus and this class, we have 1009 rated Blake Houston.
I don't.
And fourth off the card is the Western Australian Wonder Kid, Hyzer Flight sponsored and Discraft Underground team member. Young Blake Howson, who's not that young anymore.
No, but very much still a baby-faced assassin. Don't let the adorable little smile fool you.
He's gone long, man.
Yeah, may have pushed too far past that section of the fairway.
Yeah, well, he still wants to be able to get a crack at the Mando, and I think that's the play a lot of the guys are adopting is get up to the Mando trees in two and then try and birdie from there. So one approach, one putt.
Oh, no. Maybe if we all
As we do our best to provide you with the score graphics here, we're having a minor technical difficulty. Bear with us.
Yeah, as they make their way up fairway one. This hole is kindly sponsored by Disconnection, one of Australia's leading online disc stores. So thank you once again, Disconnection. We never seem to have an event without their help.
Do you think companies try to sponsor the more difficult holes because players spend more time on that hole and thus will probably talk more about them? The segue here being that yesterday this hole played very, very difficult. Have a guess what it averaged over the day for the MPO division.
Oh, about 5.66.
You're a shrewd
Sorry,
Shrewd
I did peek you.
predictor. No, averaging at 5.67 this one. So bogey was strokes on folks.
Yeah, it could be that. If I remember back to the Nationals last year, I'm pretty sure Disconnection was either hole 1 or hole 18 they sponsored, so there could be a strategy in that. Spaney for his second. Testing that OB. And crashing a little left, but should have a sneaky look through the Mando. I can't see anything now because he's put his umbrella up.
Completely obstructing the view. Yeah, there were only the 2 birdies on this one yesterday in the MPO and 3 throughout the whole event. Shout out to Troy Faramond in MA1. He actually
Troy Faramond.
He actually gave me a bit of a chirp
He
this
did
morning for not mentioning
doorstop
it.
the caravan or the camper van this morning and demand that he was mentioned today.
Yeah. I was a little taken aback. I felt accosted, but
He was aggressive.
there's your shout out, Troy. And only the 2 birdies so far in the MPO division today for hole 1. One of them being Ozdog, woof woof. He backed that up with a bogey on the next hole, sadly.
Classic D'Alessandro.
And Mikey Hare, Volterra
Mikey
Discs owner, as a matter of fact.
Just getting a look what Dave's got to look at there. You can just make out the Mando tree, the white sign on it at the start of those trees. Corresponding one on the other side. So that's what he's aiming for.
Back. Yep.
Oh, that is lovely. Absolutely perfect from Dave.
And looks like he's got Lee Thompson on the bag for him today.
He has.
One of our best friends, friend of the show,
He's a good guy.
Geelong
Lee.
boy,
He's a good guy.
Geelong man.
Yeah, he's one of the...
Okay.
He runs Geelong Disc Golf.
The Geelong Disc Golf Club, he does, yes.
So Thomas Gilbert was pinched off there. So he's just going to have to skip one down in front of the Mando. So he's there for 3, which is not ideal, but probably still a par make. Is this Blake's drive?
I believe he's throwing 2 here, and you can
Wow.
see the challenge ahead of him.
Yeah, he's looking to punch one straight through the Mando, I'd say.
Yeah, I reckon he'll be going high as a flip here. Keeping it low. Not hoping for a lot of fade. As we say hello to everybody tuning in at home, already lighting up the chat. Chris Ronalds.
Here's a low burner.
Cassie Sweeten.
Yeah, Chris Reynolds, I see, he's pumped for the coverage. Or he's pumped for something.
Steve Kornmuller.
Steve Kamula was a very popular contributor yesterday.
And Byron made a return too. The Hogs.
The Hogs, these guys. Look, I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but if you could remind us of what his name was there, the Hogs.
Remind us what your nomination was. The full... It was like the Bangin' Hogs or something. Or the Mangy Hogs.
I can't remember. I
Please.
didn't hate it.
No, it was one of the contenders, absolutely.
Yeah, it looks like Chris Reynolds is using the chat to catch up with some old friends.
Yes, and
Spaney for 3.
pushes through the Mando with relative ease. He'll have a circle 2
Yeah,
look
he's
there, a
circle
deep
2
one,
job
but
today. Chris Ronalds in the chat just asking us, did we happen to catch the real action at Werribee today?
that implies to me that he shot at least 10 under.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Sounds like a bit of shameless self-promotion to me, so I might look that up when I get a chance.
Or you could just tell us, Chris, save us the hassle.
I know he wants to. So, Thomas for his 4th here. Be looking to land this pretty close and just get out of this with a par.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the North American can sustain his play throughout the harsh Australian conditions. I guess he's been here for a couple of weeks now, so he may have acclimatised.
Oh, he's caught a tree on that skip. He was trying to use that famous Molong skip that Kev Costa told us about this morning.
And Chris Ronalds has confirmed he did shoot a 10 under at the Werribee Melbourne Disc Golf Social Day today.
Gee, I'm shocked. For anyone who's interested, copying some
Stephen
positive
Corn
news,
Muller
but,
is interested.
Yeah, it's
And
a nice course down our way.
Archibald Bunker gives a thumbs up for approval too.
Yep, in our area of Melbourne, and the longest hole's about 104 metres.
And it's a par 4. Oh, a little bouncer there from
nice
Perry.
lead from Dave.
I don't think I've ever made a disc land like that.
You can rest assured one thing, Matty, that's that he meant it.
Yes, everything's preconceived when it comes to Mr. Perry.
Do you reckon anyone in Australia has as smooth a
So that will be a birdie putt for Dave Perry, will it, Matty?
I'll be honest, I've lost count. This hole's just too big. I haven't dialed in yet. It's hole 1. Blake throwing his famous America stamp Raptor. Anytime he needs to get a favourable skip or a horse fade. Oh, we didn't get the ground play he was looking for there, but close enough.
Yep.
Denise Stark's back. Welcome, Denise. Looks like she's on the Bain train today. Choo choo.
Well.
Is that not the sound a Bain train
Yep.
makes?
Absolutely, Matty. You can see why we've got this guy on commentary. So, speaking of said train,
Yeah, he looks like he'll be looking to arrive at Birdie Station.
yeah, now this would be a big putt to make a statement early in the round.
Oh, gallant bid.
Yeah, really nice.
funny when old mate just popped out for a second?
Be a sign of things to come from Bainey.
There's Thomas here. Maybe relinquishing some shots. Lowering that lead. Oh,
Not
he
happy
hated
with
it
that.
out of the hand. Just hated it. Couldn't even watch
Not
the end
happy
of its
with that
flight.
at all.
Yeah, I liked it because it was like a left to right head, so I could
And Park Media's own super producer Ash Weedner just throwing some shade Lee's way. Sorry, Ash, we don't have anyone on the ground out there for us today, so we can't find out, but there is a genetic similarity and a very obvious age difference between Dave and his caddy. The tee-off have chimed in. That must be Patrick.
It has to be. The only... Well, Fergie's not here either, but I would say it would be Patrick.
I can't imagine Fergie would bother the time listening to us two buffoons. The dodgy hogs. What are we called? Where's let's see, Thomas Clean up there. Byron, you need to tell us. What's our commentary team name?
And Dave, for what I reckon is a par. We think it's a par. Could be a birdie.
I would surmise as much.
Solid start for D. Perry. And we're away in round 2. Hole 1's in the bank. Hole 2's a par 3, 115 metres. Punch of the Leonidas, it's called. As we see this Mando tree just on the right there over the sand scrape, and it's a sharp right to this guarded basket under the trees. So sharp, in fact, Matty, that my drone had trouble getting its way there.
Yeah, look, the course doesn't ease up here in the first 2 holes. This one was averaging 3.53 yesterday, 50% of the field hitting the birdie and a whopping 37% carding the bogey. So not a lot of birdies to be seen on this one.
No,
Power
it's,
forehands or for the righty, the big sky turnover.
Often treacherous, this hole. If played as well as possible, I couldn't see anything below a par. Just because of the dog leg.
Yeah, just the 1 birdie yesterday. Quick shout out to Peaches Perry.
Dave Perry.
Let's see if he can repeat it right now.
That'd be with that exceptionally large forehand he has.
Yeah, probably a Boss or a Thunderbird. Dave, no longer affiliated directly with Innova, but still comprises most of his bag.
Yeah, so with that birdie and Thomas taking the bogey, so joint leaders, Dave Perry and Thomas Gilbert after 1. Just the start that I think Dave Perry would have wanted.
Ooh, a low hummer from Dave.
Yes, catch an edge. Off the scrape.
That is unreal.
Okay.
Inside the circle with relative ease. Jeez-a-loo.
Yep. And probably could have thrown it further.
That looks 75%.
He's
didn't it?
aiming. Sorry, he's aiming for that sand scrape, isn't he?
I mean, yeah, he knows that he's going to get that favourable skip from it. As we see Blake here coming off a birdie for hole 1, 2. Very nicely played there. He seems to be opting with the power forehand as well.
It's a little wider. Has it got the juice?
Still gets a favourable skip.
Oh, it's got a... That's pretty good.
Yeah, that
It's pretty good.
nice bit of ground play puts him to the edge of the circle. As we see the sunglass donning Luke Bain. Makes him look like a real...
To Luke Bain.
He's a cool customer. Yeah, Beatty carding the par on this one yesterday. Kind of a dud skip there. You need a bit more ground play at
Yeah,
this
it came in a little bit sharp.
Thanks, Baz Byron.
Hogs.
Now, we will go back and look at all the nominations and try to get back to you with a final decision.
I did have one sent to me overnight, actually, from fellow Ballarat player, or from a Ballarat player, Matt Hunter. As we just wait for this massive forehand to come in.
Oh, I must have
Did it
got,
make it?
Must have got caught by the tree. And the Vogel Ogle.
Yeah.
Sort
Quality
of-
Vogel Ogle there.
The Vogel Ogle signifying that he hasn't cleared the Mando, but we'll see when we get there. Newcastle Disc Golf,
Yes.
proud sponsor of Hole 2.
As we mentioned, home to disc golf's famous Hill family, Chris and Gina. So two of Newcastle's finest exports.
Their kids are going to be able to huck a frisbee
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
and just be really happy people. Happiness is hereditary, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope so.
I don't know. My parents are pretty happy, and I struggle sometimes.
I don't think there's any chance.
I'd need to see some scientific research. Okay, so I'm not sure if Thomas is going to the drop zone or if he's fallen just short of the Mando and has to play around. Either way, even par is difficult from this position.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, so it looks like he's. Oh, it looks like it's still in the tree. I can't see the disc, can you?
Well, the way he's sort of craning his neck up.
Oh, there it is. We just couldn't see it.
It was out of shot.
So it's going to be a tough angle to get around there. He's got
So
a long way right to go.
Can he get it high enough to have that right fade? Get it to where it needs to go.
He's going to roll it, I think.
No,
Cut
you're-
roller.
You're right. That's pretty good.
Okay.
Gets himself inside the circle.
What a great roller.
It's not the first time he's thrown that shot.
No, definitely not. He disc IQ was high on that one.
Yeah, so Dave being accompanied by fellow flying ace Lee Thompson.
Is Lee Thompson a flying ace, is he?
He's wearing the uniform.
Yeah, me, yeah. Downwind obstructed.
He looks like he's ironically clapping the basket, doesn't he?
That's exactly what he's doing.
Like the basket's just done something incompetent. Banana yellow putter in hand.
Oh,
Little low.
yep. Not enough disc golf in that one.
I'm sure he'll correct it next time. So we see Blake for his birdie. And Blake's finished better than I first thought.
Yeah, second of our birdie opportunities. Yes, makes strong putt.
Count it.
So that's 2 from 2 for Houston. 2 down through 2.
And handling the heat as we're starting to feel it here in the pavilion or the goat shed or the, what are we calling it now? The cockfighting arena. Sharon just dropping off some chilled water, making sure we can get through our day. Thank you very much again to the TDs.
Oh. And a right side miss for Perry there. So have to settle for a par, as will this man Thomas Gilbert. Yep.
Great recovery from Thomas.
Yeah, good to par from there, definitely. So Dave for par and Bainey tap in for par. So 1 birdie and 3 pars as Blake Houston starts making his way up the leaderboard
Yep, 2 from 2 from the youngster.
and takes the box for the next hole, which is hole 3, obviously.
2 rest 3s.
Just
Well,
a short walk.
We are without our player graphics, but we do have a handy new addition. As you can see on the right-hand side of your screen there, the overall leaderboard.
The leaderboard. Feel like I'm at the Brownlow Medal.
And as we see Blakey take the box, already eating into the lead held by Dave and Thomas. What a competition we have here, Jace.
It certainly is, Matty. Look at that. There's not a lot of space in that leaderboard at all.
And there are so many more frisbees to be thrown.
There's a lot of disc golf to be done.
Yeah.
Now, basket only 88 metres away, but right-hand backhand forces you to push the OB, which is that fence, pretty much all the way, and then stop very quickly because there's a sand scrape just like Blake has demonstrated there. Perfect. So looking at 3 from 3 for Houston.
Yeah, the second most birdied hole on the course, this one, coming in at an average of 2.8 yesterday's MPO field. Almost a must-get on lead card, you'd say.
I would say so, yeah.
We see Dave maybe throwing his
Toro, was it?
his Toro or his AVR X3. He'd be happy with that one.
Yep, that's a birdie putt.
Did we see any chain shakers yesterday? I don't think we did.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone does it anymore, do they?
An Australian star frame. It is customary to shake the chains if all 4 players score a birdie.
Are you
Or is
reading
it
that straight out of the rule book? Or?
I hope it isn't phasing out. It's good for the culture
Finch's
of the game.
pinch. This hole is called. Is that?
Bit
Could
high
be in
from
trouble.
Luke.
No, it's okay.
We did play for the safe side of the green there. The fat side of the green, in fact. Worrell just shedding some light on the Bainey clap. Bainey is used to Brisbane baskets. They need to applause before they catch. As Thomas, pretty simple little hyzer for him.
Oh, needs to pull up. Oh, dear. And as we mentioned yesterday, Matty, that is the closest OB to a basket that I have ever seen.
Encroaching on the bullseye.
So
I'm not sure what Archibald Bunker's talking about in the chat, but maybe a par frame could be called a group of marsupials.
So yeah, Wildflower Cafe, generous sponsors of this hole. We didn't get there this morning, Matty.
We were straight into the FPO action, so we didn't have
We
time.
were, so, but I
get to
urge you,
Wildflower.
if anyone is around or in Molong, staying in Molong, and you're looking for somewhere to grab a cup of coffee or
An iced frappe, a
a frappe in this heat, definitely. Um,
custard tart, even a Neenish tart.
maybe some form of scroll.
Don't mention scrolls to disc golfers,
Yeah, you can't do that, can you?
especially if they've been to Mount Gambier.
So yeah, get down to Wildflower Cafe because they're sponsoring this event, and we're very grateful for that.
As Thomas from the drop zone, definitely within his capability.
Oh, gave it a run.
It's our first
Yeah,
genuine
probably.
airbud of the day. Probably just an airbud part 1 there.
So that definitely qualifies as an earbud then.
Yeah, he should get the comeback at those, so it's not one of the harsher airbuds we've seen. as Luke dealing with about 11 metres here. Good old banana yellow in hand. A bit low again from Luke. I'll be looking to correct on that particular mistake.
Yeah, a little spooked by the OB behind, maybe.
Of course, of course. And that'll be a bogey for Thomas.
Yeah, another shot dropped for Thomas there.
And Blake looking to complete the turkey here.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. That's a pretty solid way to start day 2 for Blake. So 3 birdies on the run, a turkey.
And Perry will be looking to hold on to his lead with this putt. No trouble. 2 from 3 from Dave. As we
Yeah.
look around the course, Jeremy Carruthers has snuck into the top 6. He's on a 3 birdie streak. Nicely done there, Jeremy.
And just showing the hole 3 flyover. But we'll move on to the hole 4 when we can.
Yes, it was supposed to be hole 4. That's all good. What are we thinking so far, Blake?
I
Turkey
think
to
this is the
start.
way you start day 2. He's definitely the one to beat at the moment.
Yeah, he's already.
Thomas having a bit of looseness at the start to start with, but he did the same yesterday. As we go to hole 4 now, it's a par 3, slightly downhill, but getting through that initial gap is important. And basket is perched down the bottom of the hill. There's OB behind, so not wanting to go long. Of course, it's only 107 metres, so a distance that these guys will need to dial in, Matty.
Yeah, one of the easier, or playing as one of the easier holes on the course yesterday, coming in at an average score of 2.7 with a birdie rate of 37%, so over a third of the field. Doing a bit of feasting on this one yesterday. Very fun hole to throw. I reckon we'll see a lot of mid-ranges from these guys, just Heiser flipping a backhand, keeping it straight, and not hoping for too much fade at the end of its flight.
Yep. You're probably dead right. It is a little bit of a hike to this hole from memory.
It is a massive hike. They actually hike right past us. We could run outside and give them a congratulatory high five if we wanted to.
Yep. Oh, we've got vision of Tim Bowen, and we know what that does for Park Media when we get vision of Tim Bowen on another card.
We've always got eyes on Timmy. Another content machine.
He is
For
being
Parks
good to Park Media. A couple of aces he gave us early on. And Adam Rigby also sitting at 1 under, so on that leaderboard.
And I believe that's damn Poplars they're playing.
It is Dan Poplars.
The hole I threw my beloved underworld into on the world's
You
softest forehand.
Yeah, I can report we did have an eagle on that hole earlier today.
We did have an eagle. Someone just boosted it right over the dam. We weren't really sure of the shot or what he did to achieve it, but yeah.
Ryan Johnson, I believe.
Ryan Johnson, huge shout out.
It's a massive shot. Absolutely massive.
Not too many people doing that this weekend.
Wouldn't have thought so, no. As you can see, 4 umbrellas out there. Even Rigby sporting a polka dot umbrella, which is very becoming of him.
He's got a polka dot personality, doesn't
He
he?
certainly does. I like a man with a little bit of flair.
And a pep in his step always. I've never seen the guy tired, fatigued, sluggish.
Yeah, no, he's it's like he's on springs, isn't it? That is viciously polka dot.
Maybe that's what Tommy's selling at the Jindy Disc Golf shop. Jindy don't have their own umbrellas, unfortunately. Huh? No.
So yeah, players just taking a little water break there before we commence hole 4. Now, hole 4, interestingly, Matty, in terms of the course, those are people who have played a tournament before at Molong. This hole 4 used to be the first hole. And just to the right there used to be the old golf clubhouse. Kev Costa was telling us this morning, but they were supposed to be doing some renovations. They ended up demolishing the whole thing. I don't think by mistake. I think in the end they just thought it was probably better to buy a new one.
Okay. I think they made the right call.
Yeah, I think so too. It's too late now, isn't it?
Yeah. Can't live with regret.
So they've demolished the old Molong Golf Club building. And as Kev mentioned this morning, I'm sure the community will band together and make sure that gets built, the new one.
Yeah, we can only hope so. As the boys have completed the Hajj, let's say. It's a hole 4 tee pad.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Blake Houston after 3. Yeah, we can do that. Blake Houston after 3 birdies in a row, going for number 4. Big sky hyzer.
Yeah, not taking the route that I was imagining.
And it's... Can't see any reason why he can't birdie that.
No, that's stellar.
He's
6
looking
metre.
in the zone, isn't he?
4 on the trot. And could we be seeing another special round at the Australian Disc Golf Championships in round 2?
This could be the start.
A la David Perry, a la Luke Bain.
This could be how it starts, Matty.
Last year with his incredible 14 under.
And if you've tuned in, do not turn it off because we could be seeing something really special. He's up into second place after 3 holes.
Hunting them down. As Dave goes a very similar line to Blake.
And an even better shot.
This hole's just...
Yeah,
it's like shelling peas. It's like shelling peas for these guys.
It is like shelling peas, isn't it, Matty?
And it's been a whole year and I still haven't shelled a pea.
No,
so I don't
neither have I.
really understand the analogy or the cliche myself, but bottom line is it's simple stuff. As Luke Bain, little skinny, but it's got the glide and the push. Oh! Chain antagonising there was Luke.
These boys are having no trouble with this hole.
So we can see a bit of breeze in Thomas's shirt there. Maybe slightly starting to pick up in the afternoon. As Thomas also going skyward with the hyzer.
Oh, jeez, the boy's landing it really close.
And the Vogel ogling. Doing some fantastic work out there.
It's on point, isn't it? He's doing a good job, Neil. As we could be headed for our first star frame.
And we'll see how customary the shaking of the chains is these days.
I must commend you, Matty, on previously when we thought Thomas's disc was caught in the tree. I must commend you and congratulate you on not mentioning the 2 metre rule.
It took all my willpower. I just can't. I can't stand any more berating from Alan. He gets under my skin.
Well, I think the thing is you've spoken about it so much now. I think everyone gets it.
If I've learned anything, it's not to give guys that have a podcast any ammunition.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you play disc golf like us. Not to give guys any ammunition, but
We're basically an armory.
oh, if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't have a show. I'm a spotlight worker, not like a nerd.
We hope you're enjoying the coverage there, Chris. Alan might be off course now. As Luke left himself with about 7 metres for the birdie here.
He loves that distance, doesn't he?
Got that nose up.
Boom.
Got the putter up. Nailed it.
Solid putt. So that's the first of 4 attempts.
Yeah, averaging even lower in this round today at 2.65, so must get territory for the MPO field.
Yes. There's 2, so that's first birdie of the round for Thomas.
Yep, he's got the motor started.
And my goodness, Dave's must have been close. If this is where Blake's putting from. Strong putt. And makes it 4 in a row, so a double turkey. For Blake to start his round on day 2.
Some genuine adulation from Bainey there. Blake.
Very vocal, you have to say about Bainey.
Oh, he's great vibes on the card.
And a birdie for Dave.
Look at him.
He wants to ring him. There he is. No one else.
There you
Thomas
go.
is coming back. Blake comes in, and Matty is a happy man. That's why we play disc golf, and that's why we commentate, to see vision like that.
That
is
is.
absolutely sensational.
Doesn't it
Matty.
just warm the heart? Soothes the soul.
Actually, I prefer it when you talk about the 2 metre rule. And let's move on as quick as we can to the next hole.
Yes,
Which
hole
is
5.
Hole 5, and we spoke of it briefly before, was a par 4, the most picturesque hole on the course by a country mile.
Ignoring the sludgy dam.
Ignoring the black dam. It's a big forehand. It's for those who want to take the gap, they can. Play for the eagle, but it's 165 metres. There's a Mando making sure you play to the right of it on the entrance around the pond, and there's OB snaking all the way up the right. So there's a number of different ways you can play this one, Matty.
Look, I'd almost be surprised if any of the players pitched up, toward the drop zone between the Mando and the OB on the right there. I can just imagine them all having, multiple shots to get over the dam and set themselves up, not necessarily for an eagle look, but for a very, very simple birdie. This hole coming in as, again, another one of the easier ones, 3.7 average in round 1. So lots of scoring to be done on this one, as we see Blake. Looks like he's got one of his, I think that's his Venom. No, and he's going for the layup play.
Yeah, he's just going for the get himself in a good spot.
Knowing he's got the power to push up that hill for his approach and still give himself a birdie opportunity.
Championship play, that is. He's maturing as a disc golfer right before our eyes.
Still yet to sprout any facial hair, though.
So Dave Perry now sits 1 ahead of Blake.
And has just started to sprout some facial hair. Which he's happy about, I'm sure. And Dave just going with a slow disc.
That is
Pure
huge.
placement shot. Probably an AVR X3 there from Dave.
Yeah, now Bainey has the forehand. Interested to see what he has. He's going to go the forehand.
Playing to the gap also.
Flex is out.
And he may have overpowered this one.
Oh, jeez. He's just made it, I think.
He's just inside the Mando, yeah. You can see the drop
Jeez, he
zone
went
there.
close.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a fantastic stance for the next
Maybe
throw.
he needed some more chalk. Went past his campsite last night. And he doesn't sleep on like a mattress like most people. He just sleeps on a bed of chalk.
He's just knitted together a bunch of chalk bags, a bunch of used chalk bags. Frugal man. As we see Tom going over the dam.
Needs to miss everything and perfectly hits a tree in the middle of the fairway. So you'd have to say that's a pretty easy birdie from there.
It is, and I'm surprised to see, especially the likes of Dave and Blake, who have incredible power in their game, not make that play. It
But even
looks
more
so easy.
self-control, that's the problem. Too much self-control.
Are you implying that Thomas is impulsive?
No, Thomas knows he can do it.
As we get a shot here of Luke Bain's snack situation, looks like we've got some Haribos there, some gummy treats. Are you a fan of gummy treats?
Not really, no.
Walking around the campsite last night, I think there were a few people indulging in some gummy treats, but I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure we're
don't
talking about
think-
the same thing.
I don't like things that get stuck in my teeth.
So you don't like Cheetos?
No. We spoke about Cheetos the other night. I can't remember them. They're those cheese and bacon balls, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, now I got them.
With the leopard on the front.
Yeah, I get the leopard. I got that part of it.
I mean, worth mentioning, guys, we were talking about our favourite salted snacks, and I brought up Cheetos, and Jace just simply didn't know what they were. If there's anyone else that has never heard of a Cheeto, please make Jace feel a little less alone in this world.
I
in the
had
chat.
heard of a Cheeto. I think they just weren't in my memory bank. A lot's happened since I was a child.
You haven't treated your brain or body too well.
Some would say.
As tournament leader here, Dave, he'll be looking to attack the green.
Yep. Now that's his Toro, is it?
Yeah, he'll be looking to hang this one out right and have it fade in left. Probably another 70, considering the uphill
He's
from
run
here.
off. He's chasing it. He wants to see.
That looks
And he's
under
parked.
the basket.
Lovely. So that's another birdie you would have to think for Dave Perry.
Yep, a lead extender.
Geez, the boys are really dotting some green on there today.
As we do have the titular graphic and score now, thank you to the guys working very, very hard in Bendigo to right the wrongs.
So Blake to start with a perfect 5 holes, if he can approach well here.
Yeah, look, this is very much, a Blake Houston course. The courses that he would consider his locals back in West Oz look and play very similar to Molong. As he needs this one to fade, and that is almost
That is pretty good.
easy. And we're going to see 5 from 5. This is starting to get really, really thrilling.
Yeah,
And you
so
can
this boys typically find this section of the course easier yesterday, or was this where a lot of the scoring was done?
Well, what we saw yesterday was a lot of players struggled with the first 2 in particular. Then it eases off. And then we found the sort of middle section of the course played a little easier, where players were scoring more, stabilising, not getting bogeys. And then the last third of the course, not a lot of scoring, but also not a lot of mistakes to be made. Many of the MPO field, shooting only the 1 or 2 birdies and parring out in the final 6. So we'll see how it trends today.
Yeah, so Bainey giving himself what looks to be a 6-metre-y, matey.
The best distance in the game to putt from, especially if you want to impress friends at a party.
So the cat on the Cheetos packet from JG is a cheetah.
Oh, it's not a leopard.
It's
Okay.
not a leopard. You cannot say things like that to disc golfers and expect them to let you get away with it.
I shouldn't have assumed that big cat species, should I?
Yeah, so it's most definitely a cheetah, and we thank you, JG, for all your help around that.
He seems to be the doyen of the salted snacks, does JG. What's your favourite salted snack, JG, just out of curiosity? As I think we're about to see a second star frame in a row here.
We could be.
And let's hope we don't see any players acquiesce in shaking the chains.
Nice wordage.
Thank you, thank you. As Jade Brady, just looking around the course right now, is on a turkey there. He's shot up into tied third.
So Bainey, first of the birdie attempts here.
This will be for his second in a row.
Bang. There's one.
With emphasis. Thomas doesn't even think about that one.
No, so easy birdie there for Thomas. Blake to make it 5 from 5. Never in doubt. And Dave not just keeping Blake at bay there.
And
As Bainey,
shameless self-promotion. He does
caught
have some
between-
discs.
Caught between shaking the chains
Giving
and a
us
brand collaboration that he was halfway through.
and then he fires off one of those psycho killer grins. I'm a little unnerved after that.
We should definitely exit this hole and head to hole 6. Yeah, this one's uphill. It's a par 4. Mando early, keeping you on the right-hand side. Boundary rider. So there is a gap, and right around here is OB and throwing onto an island. So 230 metres, Matty, and slightly uphill. It's really about shot placement for that second shot. Would you agree?
It is, and a bit of risk appetite if you want to attack the island. We saw yesterday 10 birdies across the MPO field. Still coming in at an average over par, though, 4.33. So let's see what they do today.
Yeah, these boys definitely with the amount of disc golfs required to get it there.
Yeah, we did see Thomas and Luke get the birdie here yesterday as Blake goes the high as a flip.
That's gone a very long way.
Does stay in bounds.
So Blake looking to make it 6 from 6.
Yeah, just to answer your question, X Doltron X, the software has let us down a little bit today, so we don't have the whole graphics, but we do have a supplementary whole graphic on the right, keeping updated with all the scores in the top 10. And the one on the left there, we don't have the whole stats, unfortunately, but you will know who's throwing,
Dave.
and you will know what score they're on.
Is Dave in bounds there? No, he's OB. Didn't get over on that enough.
I mean, the first shot is a hoof on this hole. 230, playing gradually uphill the whole way, and then having to make sure you park it on an island. Not without its challenges, this one.
That's a boost, and you'd have to assume he's going all the way with that one.
Sorry, I misspoke earlier. I said there were 10 birdies on this hole yesterday. That was 10% birdie rate. Only 3 birdies. 2 of them being Thomas and Luke.
Right. So yeah, second shot. People just laying up. Let's see what Thomas does here. Roller.
Gets that one to ground nicely.
It's going to stand up
It
right
needs
about
to,
now.
Needs to turn. Needs to
Here it
turn.
comes.
Let's go. That's big.
It's an uphill roller too.
Sorry, it was only Dave Perry on this card to get the birdie on this hole yesterday. Really struggling.
Well, he's not going to get it today. I know that much. So Boundary Rider, as we mentioned, named after Boundary Riders. That's what we're assuming. No, it's named because it's
We are
running
footy
next to the
fans.
boundary. It's got nothing to do with Robert Di Domenico.
And the drizzle just reminding us that the cheater on the Cheetos is actually named Chester.
Right.
I wonder who the drizzle is.
It's not just
Very cool screen name.
It's not just sport. Entertainment, it's educational as well, this live stream.
I like to think of myself as an educator at work and outside of work.
So Beyond Venture Graphics been a huge part of helping bring this tournament alive, and all the players who received players packs would have received stickers manufactured by Beyond Venture Graphics. So
I've seen their stickers everywhere, on water bottles, on the back of laptops.
yeah, right.
And it's a quality sticker. It's one of those stickers that if you were to put it on your water bottle, let's say, and you were to hand wash your water bottle, it's that quality plastic that doesn't get affected by the water and won't peel off. So you're going to get a degree of permanency from a Beyond Venture Graphics sticker.
Which is just about everything you need from a sticker, isn't it?
You can't ask for much more than A, for it to stick,
Yep.
and B, for it to stick there for a long time, and that's exactly the focus of Beyond Venture Graphics.
Yep. Nothing worse than a sticker that doesn't stick, Matty.
No, terrible.
Give me the red flag.
You know what you call it?
Millimeters?
Piece of paper. But thank you anyway to Beyond Venture Graphics.
To the point.
So we're seeing second shots here, and we're seeing where Perry is playing it from.
Are we sure that Blake didn't go out? Did you see the flag?
Blake's didn't go out, no.
Okay, good. Because I really wanted to go 6 for 6.
Yes, I mean we all do, Matty.
You know what else I really want? As I hold my empty Canadian club can, people.
Our waitresses are being very careful about limiting our fluid transfer and fluid intake today.
As David is going to try to bite off this shot over the OB. He should get back in bounds pretty easily, though.
He's going for it. Oh,
What a shot! Just effortless.
That was
effortless
awesome.
distance.
it's just not that hard.
And a great catch there on the Vogel Ogle.
Yeah, very, very good work again done by Neil Vogel. Now stand in, catch, cameraman.
Yeah, so our couple of big movers today. Jeremy Carruthers jumping up 5 spots. As Blake tonks a forehand.
Tonks.
Not quite sure where that one ended up.
I'm all good.
Vogel not doing no ogling there.
The eruption, I doubt you're going to get into it.
Let's just hope Blake's got at least a birdie look here. And we can see the result of Thomas's mammoth roller. Chase is just looking at his phone, His phone tends to blow up during these live chats. I think the girls enjoy his dulcet tones. Whoa!
Oh, safely on. There is OB behind, but I think he's fairly safe.
No, I don't think he's in danger
As I
there.
remember, Clayton Beck putted from inside those trees yesterday.
Sorry, say it again.
I'm pretty sure Clayton Beck putted from in amongst those trees.
Yes, he
yesterday.
did. And then for about the next 5 holes, putted from
We
behind the
refused
trees,
to putt from anything but
in
in the
bushes.
trees. Yeah.
amongst the pesky acacia.
Yep.
True bush bashing from the fake pilot yesterday.
What?
There's some weather in those patches. Symbolic of Bainey's travelling. I think he's good there. The reaction seemed to indicate he was close to canning it. Looks like it'll be a par for Bainey. Probably a par for Perry as well. Thomas should secure the birdie with a simple putt. And we're yet to see where Blake has landed and what he's been left with.
The band that it hit the... It sounded like it was the shallow band, not the like...
Yeah, so this is going to swing the lead around. Dave will end up with a par here.
Jace, I've got some news that's going to bring a smile to your dial. Now, we made jokes about him yesterday. We were giving him a bit of stick this morning on the practice putting green, but Ryan Deere, shooting the second hot round for the day at neg 4, he's jumped up 12 places. He's
What
gone
holes?
from,
How many's he got left?
still with 4 to play, he's jumped up 12 places from dead last 30th to 18th.
Well done, Ryan Deere. He's just above his... There's a putt from Blake.
He just didn't have the lie. That's unfortunate. Great to see the bounce back there, Dieros. Apart from a bit of a blunder on the first hole, took the turkey and is picking him up as he goes too. Well done, young man. As we see Dave here putting for par after going out of bounds.
Boom. Saves a par and saves the lead with that too.
Correct. As JG in the chat, he's heard that Beyond Venture graphics stickers are so good that Phil Swift started using them instead of Flex Seal to repair his boat. Do you know who Dave or Phil Swift is?
No. I feel like Dave is in some way connected. And yeah, Thomas Gilbert, exactly where Clayton was yesterday. And it's his turn to do a mechanical rhino impersonation. Oh,
Now, was that a spit out or a chain out?
I don't know. You give it enough to get through the trees, and maybe it was just too much for the chains. That's what I saw.
Look, I know it's a bit of a sensitive topic for the Canadians at the moment. Might need to see what Thomas thinks about that one later on if we can score a little Park Media exclusive interview with him. As we conclude hold 6 here.
Into one of my favourites, Matty, hole 7, par 3. Tell us all about it.
Well, I'll tell you all about it because it's called Shelob's Lair. And you're not a Lord of the Rings fan, but we're playing a par 3 here. 103 metres. We call it Shelob's Lair because the basket is guarded by a, I'd call it a sort of splaying of tree trunks. Yeah, what you'll see the players doing here, right hand, backhand, high highs, is trying to access the back of the green as we're looking at directly right now. Playing relatively easy yesterday was hole 7. 2.7. 33%.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure Shelob's, like you've explained that, but I feel like it's an upside down spider. And I've got a feeling that when you enter Shelob's lair, Shelob's hanging upside down. Is that right?
We'll get back to that as we look at the leaderboard here. We couldn't see Blake get the double turkey, but he does remain in second place to Dave with the one-stroke lead. Thomas, who slipped to third.
Yep, just an even round for him today.
And then tied for fourth, we've got Jade Brady and Luke Bain.
Yeah, Carruthers is on a good round. Adam Rigby slipping a couple with a +1, and old mate Clayton Beck even through. So yeah, this is not going to be overly difficult for.
No, not for the power players. And to address your query, I don't believe Shelob is at any point upside down. Perhaps when he's slain by Frodo. Maybe someone in the chat could help us with that little bit of Lord of the Rings trivia.
Yep. So you have to putt through the spider's legs there, but that's okay. I was given that information by someone else, so I can neither confirm or deny whether you're telling the truth or not.
I mean, Shelob's first appearance may be upside down. I can't remember. It's been too long. Maybe we should get it up and watch the scene in
maybe or maybe not.
The Apollo camper van tonight.
I've gone through 40 odd years of my life without watching Lord of the Rings. I think I can manage.
See Dave here, probably with his Halo Thunderbird. Crashes the trees to effect.
Crashes the trees. It should have a nice look at it, I reckon.
Yeah, he's left himself with about 7 meters there. Another sky hyzer there from Luke.
A little wider than yesterday.
As Thomas launches, we did see him birdie this one yesterday.
It's a little long and wide.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be too happy with that one.
No, he probably just hasn't quite hit his happy place yet, I would say.
Yes, 33% of the field birdieing this one yesterday.
And we should mention, sponsor of this hole,
I think we're obligated to mention.
the greatest disc golf shop in the land. Greatest sponsor of disc golf players in the land. Jindy Disc Golf Shop. Once again, contributing time and sponsorship. Setting up his store here, so everyone can buy all the discs that. Well, Matty, you tried to buy a disc that you threw in the lake yesterday, so
I did. And how good was the service from Tommy? Just talking me through the range,
sensational.
the superior range of discs he has at the store this weekend, and it's only a fraction of it. If you want to hop online and check out the awesome range there, please do. Google Jindy Disc Golf Shop. All your disc golfing needs, and also the stuff you don't need.
Absolutely, absolutely. As disc golfers, we're all too well aware that we buy things we don't need. But yeah, so thanks again for your support, Jindy Disc Golf Shop.
Sponsoring a myriad of players at this tournament.
Yep.
As Fort Space Athletic Pro, Thomas Gilbert.
Oh.
Taking advantage of the Shelob leg backboard there.
Yep. Just using Shelob to slow the disc down.
Bainey just improving his angle by going to a knee here. Floats it out there.
Geez, you had the right idea.
He's very proficient when it comes to those floaty bids. Those
Very spinny.
risk mitigating spinny bids from
Very,
distance.
very spinny. It's just Dave seeing if his disc can actually fit through there.
Oh,
Is the gaps weren't a problem?
no, not at all. Just height the issue in the end there for Dave.
Yep. Yes, they're all pretty close, so looks like.
Now Blake with a chance to tie things up at the top here.
Yep.
Currently with the hot round, and that's even considering players who are 16 through.
Boom. That's how you take the lead.
Jace.
That's how you take the lead.
It's still brewing.
It is.
It's still brewing.
There's a big round. There's a big round on the way from Blake Howson, we're calling it.
6 through 7. And we know for sure that when Blake's putting well, he's scoring well.
And you and I would know a round like this when we see it. Because we've commentated it before. So yeah, new joint leader at the top. New joint leader at the top. As we move to hole 8, par 3, 95 metres. Home run, it's called. So around to the right. Perched up on top of this boxed in base, you call it.
I don't want to talk about the base. I think I've humiliated myself enough when it comes to talking about the
It
wooden
is.
features on this course.
And yeah, against the grain wood turning, sponsoring this hole. We've already seen, if you were watching the FPO coverage earlier today, you would have seen the magnificent work that against the grain wood turning do from trees from this very course. So what a lovely touch that is.
Yep, there are wooden sculptures available that have been carved from the wood from the course. As Kevin said, you can literally take a piece of the course home with you if you're the sentimental type.
Brilliant.
Which I know you are, Jace.
I'm a sentimental man, Matthew. Thank you for pointing that out.
As Blake going with a high forehand here.
Is that to highlight your lack of sentiment?
Not necessarily. I've got a few trinkets in the bottom drawer from things that, things that people gave me or just memories I treasure for those special in my life. We don't need to talk anymore about that. 23% of the field birdieing this one yesterday, coming in at an average of 2.87. And I don't think Dave's going to have any trouble getting to this one and just crashes it in. Nice work. He'll be putting from 6 meters.
So Bainey, this is going to be a difficult shot for Bainey, but he'd be hoping to fight his way back for a birdie soon because
Yeah, Bain did get the birdie on this one yesterday, and he goes really high.
he doesn't like, and that should just about do it.
I think so.
Yep,
I think so.
great shot from Bainey because yeah, he's starting to drop down that leaderboard, and we know he doesn't like that.
Yeah, Thomas needs to put this one close to the pin, I'd say. He's 2 shots off the pace, but Blake and Dave are looking formidable, to say the least, at the moment.
Yeah, that's a little wide. That's got to stop safely.
Yeah, circle's
Along
edge
with the
look there
basket,
for
so-
Thomas.
Yeah, he's probably a few degrees off at the moment, would you say, Thomas?
But that's all it takes at this level.
It is.
Maybe we overhyped the Super Pro stuff at the start. So Dave, the owner of Beyond Venture Graphics, getting plenty of mentions in the chat.
Apparently his stickers are quite good.
Well, JG has an anecdote for us. He says, I've heard Bainey's moustache is really just a sticker from Dave Flex that he's not been able to get off for years. Maybe thought it funny to stick a fake mustache on, and it was like a party trick that went wrong. And the quality of Dave's stickers just didn't allow it to come off.
I'm not sure what Thomas stopped to look at there, but maybe a gecko or something.
The international players are very interested in the local flora and fauna in particular.
And it's quite extensive.
So we see Blakey here. Heat check. Oh, come on. We are
He doesn't
witnessing.
look like missing.
We are witnessing something cool here.
This
Something
is
very, very
great.
cool.
This is brilliant.
God, people in the chat, get on your phones, tell your friends.
There
this-
has to be more people tuning in.
If
because
this keeps up,
a word has got to be getting around that this is happening. And people are going to want to tune in and see this. So tell people who aren't watching it.
so we see Thomas try to stay in touch. And
Yes,
does.
Thomas. Great putt.
There's so much assurance in Thomas's putt.
So that's 2 from 2 birdies at the moment. We can pretty much guarantee Bainey's got one. And we'd like to see this tussle go on a little bit longer. Yes, Dave.
Maintains his spot in tied first place. They're not looking back at the moment, are they, Dave and Blake?
No, it's on. It's on.
Pedal to the metal.
And a birdie for Bainey as well. So is that another star frame?
That is our 3rd star frame of the day, and
Oh, yep, back we go. Bainey does it for everyone. So this basket, as well as not being turned out of a tree by against the grain wood turning, also not causing many problems for the players,
not
mate.
at all. Not at all. Just causing problems for me. As we move into hole 10.
On 9.
Sorry, hole 9. Just about to complete the front 9 here. We're looking at load up. It's a par 4, 230 metres. You want to pump it as far as you can up this pretty generously wide fairway. And then dogleg hard left at the end of the fairway around the left side Mando. We saw a phenomenal shot, and a shot that the TD described as the best he's ever seen on this hole from Dan Frost yesterday, that backhand roller. Incredible.
It certainly was. He throws a good roller, Mr. Frost. So it was great to see that come off. And I'm wondering if Thomas is partial to a roller as well. Blake loves a roller. Just wondering if we are possibly going to see any more on this hole.
Well, because of the Mando that they've placed on the right-hand side of the fairway too, it's sort of difficult to get the flex you need to get up there with an air shot. So I think to birdie this hole, just because of how harshly you have to go left at the end of the initial fairway, the roller is almost the only way you can sort of make it an easy birdie.
Yep.
If that exists on this hole.
So yeah, tied for the lead is Houston and Perry. And Blake refusing to give up the box since hole 2, I'm pretty sure.
From his cold, dead hands, the box will be taken at this rate. Shooting the hot, hot heat in that hot, hot jersey, Blake Houston's signature jersey, as he does opt with the air shot. Oh, that's big.
That's into orbit.
That is humongous. So will he have the width to get left enough on the second shot? That's the question.
I'm going to say no.
Such negativity.
No, yeah.
Such pessimism.
I think it's a good look. It's a long way up there, so air shots are just not going to get you there to be able to throw around on your second.
Yeah, she is a big hole if we... I'll just let Dave throw here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me some of that.
Lovely.
Yeah, only one birdie on this hole yesterday. 67% par rate, so not the most dangerous hole in terms of increasing strokes to your scorecard. Coming in an average of 4.3. A birdie on this one is strokes on all the goddamn folks.
Certainly is.
Doesn't like it out of the mitt.
Well, he's yanked that over a little.
Oh, he may have just got inside that right side Mando there. I think that's the drop zone for the missed Mando.
Yeah, interested to see what happens there.
As we cut to the Vogel Ogle, not much going on there.
Doesn't look like a roller. Yes, it is.
Here we go. Let's see what Neil can do here on catch cam.
There it is.
Yeah, probably turns a little hard, but he'll definitely have the width, and he's got the power.
Yeah, he might be able to have the width to be able to get around there.
Yeah, birdie opportunity still in play there for Thomas.
Yeah, so the RSL New South Wales Molong sub-branch. We spoke to Kevin Costa this morning about the wonderful bit of work they do and just give off that real community vibe in Molong that sounds like runs richly through Molong. Community vibes, matey.
It's really
Community
cool.
spirit.
Really cool hanging out in the town centre, seeing what disc golf actually does mean to the community here. You see, you walk past the storefront and there's a disc golf basket in one of the windows, and you walk into the pub and they've got, you know, some sort of vintage discs sort of brandished on the wall. You just don't get that in Melbourne. We haven't managed to infiltrate the community, you know, in that way yet.
Certainly not. Certainly not. So yeah, it's
But yeah, it definitely seems to be a big part of the social fabric here in Molong. 40 minutes of orange, if you haven't heard of Molong. Probably the next major city nearby.
Orange, yeah, about 35 to 40 minutes away, I'm told.
Like the colour of Luke's disc on the ground there.
It's only 90.
Very good, and that's very good simile from a person who is colourblind.
Oh, I knew I was taking a risk, but I was pretty sure. I'd almost call that a burnt orange if you want me to get fancy.
It is a burnt orange, you're right, Matty.
I know you like the colour burnt orange.
I'm impressed.
Always looking for burnt orange discs, you are.
Am I?
And Clayton Beck is a pilot. Or at least tells people he is.
Yeah, I think I heard earlier today that he has actually stopped doing that.
Only because we brought light to it, you couldn't get away with it anymore.
He's decided that he should probably quit telling everyone he's a pilot.
As Luke throwing 2 here. Wants to keep it low and have it skip around the Mando. Doesn't quite get there.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. That's a difficult shot now.
Yeah, he'll have to play a high stalling hyzer to get even close to having a par look.
Yeah, he's not happy with that. Visibly disappointed with that.
Yeah. It almost seems like he regretted his decision.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many umbrellas on a disc golf course where it wasn't rainy.
No, and I've definitely never seen a polka dot one. Which Adam Rigby is proudly displaying.
Let's see how Adam Rigby's going. Oh, it's not good for Rigby today.
I knew he shouldn't have bought that umbrella. What's he sitting at?
No, he's only +1 for the round, but yeah, he's slipped down to tied 9th, so still in the top 10.
Yeah, now Thomas has got a pretty good wide open. I don't know how you can tell if that went past Amanda or not.
Far out. That was just a massive spike hyzer.
Imagine if you could do that on a disc golf course.
Gets it to the
That's a
gets
great
it
shot.
to the base of that little mound with effortless distance.
So that's how you get a birdie on this.
That's a very seldom
Oh.
had birdie he's about to have.
And Dave is just gonna have to get around and see what he can do for this.
As we see a lot of love coming through the chat for Blake. This is amazing golf from Blake. Let's go. That's Cassie Sweeten. Hootie. Hootie's joined the chat.
Hootie, just not the blowfish, just Hootie.
Where's the blowfish Hootie?
Oh, wow.
He's definitely gotten around the Mando. Now will it get left enough? Oh, stop rolling backwards.
Yeah, well, he's made something out of nothing there, so looks like Blake's going to have more than we thought, although he's... Gee, that's a tight angle.
He'd be wanting to throw something super stable here because I don't think he's got the height to work
Have
with.
you seen the problem when Blake throws something that's super overstable, though? Goes in a straight line.
Yeah. Yeah, problem we'll never have. No, it does look like he might have enough gap to use the height here. And gosh, what's he got in hand? He might have one of his Venoms. Maybe even one of his like a Nuke OS or something.
Well, he's long.
It's safe. He's gone, yeah.
He
two
definitely
left
got
of the
around
basket.
there. As he
might-
accepts a fist bump.
He might have a precarious putt for birdie on the elevated basket. Maybe a test of the nerves upcoming. Does he want to aim for this historical round, perhaps, or does he want to play it safe and maintain the lead of the tournament?
Yeah, it's geez, that'd be great to have to think about that, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's something I don't think we'll ever have to
So this
consider.
is a really tough shot for Bainey.
Yeah, I don't think he's even able to get par here. This is throwing 3. So we see the dog leg clearly there on catch cam. Yeah. Pretty good. He's given himself a look.
Yep. Difficult par putt though.
Jade Brady closing in on the top 4. He loves being on coverage, doesn't he, Jade?
We love having Jade on coverage. Excitement machine, one of those people that buys a pair of shoes and gets springs fitted to the bottom of it.
Does he? Is that
No.
a personality trait, is it?
Yes. That was no, of course, obviously that's not true.
I don't know.
I just mean he's very bouncy and he's got a spring in his step.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't understand the
Get
reference.
this
I'm
man a
sorry.
drink. I'm losing him.
Something sugary,
9 holes
please.
to go, mate.
CC and dry. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Oh,
Oh, that's a bit of a duff. That was Dave's third, so yeah. Par looking to be a bit of a challenge for this one for David.
yeah, it's not a great advertisement for the Dave Perry forehand approach.
We see GPO Studios in the chat appreciating the coverage. They go on to say, one of the FPO competitors is sponsored by a shop just down the road from me. So I'm guessing GPO Studios is an American viewer.
Hazy Shade is that shop, so shout out to Hazy Shade, and maybe Hazy Shade have been a part of getting Peyton Miller over to Australia.
Could be. We'll have to ask her tomorrow. Okay. No, Blake does have the wherewithal to settle for the par there.
Goodness, he was close to OB, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Looks like Dave will be running this one.
Oh. These boys are putting fire today.
They have to if they want to
They
stay
are
at the top.
really, really putting fire.
That is the demand.
This is great to watch.
The demand of talent at the moment if you want to stay at the
Yeah,
top.
there's no room for missed putts, definitely, on this card.
And Thomas is about to chip into the lead here. A very rare birdie on hole 9 there. Well done, Mr. Gilbert.
Yeah.
That'll take him to 10 under and solo second.
So, yeah, that's the front 9. We are halfway through day 2, moving day, and 9 holes to go. And I'll tell you what, this battle is getting tight, Matty.
Sure is, Jace, as we go to the flyover for hole 10 here. It's a short par 4, but one of the signature holes on the course. Placement imperative off the tee. Setting yourself up for this second shot that goes through the triple Mando there, the wooden triple Mando. We believe it's a pine wood of some sort, maybe even sassafras.
Treated pine.
Treated pine.
Treated pine. But it's iconic, Matty. It's iconic to Molong Disc Golf Course. And it's a testament to the hard work that goes in curating this course and getting things like that to make it sort of, you know, you got to build your own icon status, don't you?
You do. Yeah, they just don't happen.
So it's the window into a twisted mind of a course designer. It sounds like an emo song.
You better Panic at the Disco or My Chemical Romance. No, absolutely. As we see a nice squared up shot of the triple Mando there, reminiscent of, I believe it's hole 6 at Winthrop.
Oh, yeah.
USDGC with the bamboo triple Mando there. I'm sure I'll get corrected if I was wrong on that one. As we have a look at the leaderboard here, obviously the two young Australian guns tied at the top there. 11 under. Thomas Gilbert carding a rare birdie on the last hole. He moves into solo second. He's actually on -10. And then we've got Bainey rounding out the top 4. Having taken a bogey, actually, tied now. There's the score update. Jaden Bainey still in this one though, Jason. I don't think it's. I don't think the competition is limited to our top 3. By any
No,
means.
absolutely not, Matty. Yeah, plenty more opportunities.
Good to see Clayton Beck maintaining a top 10 spot.
Yeah, and I think we've got a difficult end to the round. Possible OBs, possible, you know, bogeys with the last couple of holes. So always good. Always good and always offer us some separation towards the end of the round. So I'm just checking where the where the other cards are at. So we've got Ryan Deere on neg 4 at the moment. Through 17, so absolutely flying after yesterday's debacle.
Yeah, he still jumped up 12 places.
Debacle, you could only describe it as.
As Blakey goes the flex backhand
Yeah, needs that to get.
off the tree.
Yeah, so he's going to have to straddle out from behind that, but should be able to rip it through that opening without too much trouble. Let's have a look at my old mate, Aussie D, who's even again. So it's okay, as long as I don't see any pluses next to him, it should be fine. He's using my chalk sack today, so I told him it was going to bring him good luck.
Yeah, having to play through the Jason Wiedner taint of that chalk sack. Can it be done? Let's find out later. As Dave probably goes a little...
I might have ruined Aussie forever.
He was on a downward spiral anyway.
Well, he was ever since Jacob Cruden and I beat him at doubles. He hasn't been the same since.
No, and understandably.
Crushed him, it did.
I think Dave put himself in a really good spot to square up that triple mando with his forehand there, as we see Luke lining up a similar line. Pushing Heiser.
Has it hit something?
He's hit trees early there. That's going to require another approach to the mando, you'd think. Yeah, it looks like Luke will be first to throw here.
So also on having a good round.
Did you just hear what I heard? Luke, furthest from the pin, definitely not in an ideal position, just said he's going to go for it.
I like it. And that's the insight that we can pick up from
Now,
live streaming.
far be it from me to comment on an MPO player's game, but is it the time of tournament where taking those sort of risks is suitable? Advised.
I think if they're there. But it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? It can go either way. Interestingly, we should give a shout out to Chris Hill, Chile, who's making a charge up the leaderboard himself. And he's currently 4 down through 13 today, so good to see that. We all love a bit of chili.
He is going for it.
That's not what I want, though. I want to be left. You push it like...
Didn't see where that ended up,
it's
Luke.
like 3 meters left. Can you do that? Okay. Post-production.
There's no post-production here, Luke, sorry. And Ash in the chat there. I'll let you take that one. As we see Thomas. Will he look to penetrate the triple mando? Taking his time here.
Oh, no way.
He's got
Yanked it. Bro. Gives a despondent bro. Yeah, he'll have to go to the drop zone. The drop zone. That wasn't even a word. Drop zone.
Drop bones, right?
Drop zone. Yeah, forgot there was a Z in zone there. Sorry, guys. Now Blake is going to have to flex one through if he wants to get through. So interested to see what Blake does from here on in. Every shot he plays.
Oh, he's laid up there.
That was a layup, yeah. So
He's protecting his lead here, Blake, and he's, like I said, he's maturing in front of our eyes.
yeah, aspirations of single round grandeur not getting to him. As we've been joined by an ornithological friend here in the goat shed. distracting little, what would you call that? Like a little
Finch.
a finch? Don't pinch it.
Don't know what that is actually. It's just a bird.
Sparrow?
Oh, Dave.
Oh no, he's missed the triple mando as
Wow.
well.
So this hole doing exactly what it was designed to do.
Well, it did shoot over par yesterday, coming in at 4.1. Only 17% of the field getting birdie. That is 5 out of 30 players.
No, that's all good.
Thomas and Dave are going to be shooting 4 from the mouth, and it looks like Blake will only be able to sort of pitch up for a par. Luke can still get through and save par as well here. Yeah, sorry about the scorecard situation, Digby. We do press on though, don't we, Jace?
We do. We do. This is live television, Digby, and we can't bring you live coverage of... It's just what goes with it, isn't it? Live coverage.
It's a risk.
Mishaps.
There is an element of risk.
Think on your feet. You do what you can. Things go wrong, Digby. But luckily we've got the crew and the know-how and the technicians behind us to make sure that you've still got some scoring up on the screen. So
Ooh, a floaty little nose-up bid there from Blake.
I think we are to be commended.
Characterised by our resilience and our stick-to-itiveness at Parks Media,
Correct.
especially the boys behind the camera, Kyle, Neil, and our 2 directors out in Bendigo there. Shout out to Toph and Amos. None of this possible without their input, of course.
Yep, and catch Cam Cal Ford, who's been helping us out in the morning, doing a wonderful job.
Oh, just wonderful. And he's loving it too, Cal. He's an enthusiastic cameraman. I like that.
Run from Thomas and drop of the shoulders too. Not happy with that one.
No, looks like he's going to card a double bogey.
Yeah, and I think Dave will. No.
Yeah, the triple mando doesn't even allow for a ceiling sort of high putt there, does it? The ceiling really curbs your access, as does the trees behind the triple mando. Hello to you, Carney Schill, tuning in from Oregon.
Oregon.
Oregon, I believe on the west coast. Portland?
Portland, Oregon. Yeah, I think so.
Tell us a little something about Oregon if you'd like there, Carney.
Carney Shill. Oregon. I'll tell you what I know. Nothing.
I know a Carney when I
Logging?
see one.
Is it logging? Timbertown? Forest? Logging? That sort of thing in Oregon?
Oh, you're asking the wrong bloke. I've been to the States a few times, never been to Oregon.
Oh, no.
Oh, did he rush that one? It was a little right side. I'm not going to call it a spit out. So I think Luke carding the only par here.
Yeah, that's got to disappoint him, Blake. Hopefully he can bounce back from that because we don't want that to be the straw that broke the camel's back and undo all his good work.
Oregon is the home of the Portland Open and the Beaver State Fling. I really want to get to the Beaver State Fling.
Beavers are my favourite animals.
They're adorable. The bucky teeth, the fur.
Back in a sec, guys.
Welcome, player. Commencing disc selection. Choose your driver. The Kotari. Choose your approach. The Kia. Choose your putter. The Tui. Selection complete.
right, here we are back after that short break. That was a short walk. We're at the Boulevard here, the hole that is ruffling a few feathers this weekend.
Yes, I've heard plenty of talk about it, Matty. In the camp, and it is a camp, that, yeah, there's some disdain around its length and its par 3-edness.
Well, 140 metres that apparently rangefinders will read it as 150 from the tee. And that needs to get some turn.
There it comes.
How far will it come back?
Oh, look, it's gone a long way.
As we get the perspective there from Neil. Oh, he's pin high. Okay. So that's, considering the uphill and considering that multiple people have ranged it in at 150 from the tee pad, I'd say that's like a 160 metre uphill roller there from Thomas. And Blake
Roller from Blake. Oh, he's struck a tree.
Yeah, there's some sections of dirt there that I don't think allow for the roller to.
Yeah, there's a lot
fully
of
play
bark.
out.
There's a lot of fallen bark off that tree there.
Now, it looks like Dave's going for a roller here too, practicing that
Do we ever see rollers from Dave?
that Anheuser. No, but it's the only shot that can get you there for a birdie look, as has been the major complaint for the Boulevard over the first 2 days. And
Yeah, I like this. A Perry roller. We are being treated.
seldom seen, yes.
Oh, look out. Oh. Oh, that was absolutely sensational. And I'd like to see more of them. I don't know about you, Matty, but that was an absolute bullet.
I just love the little bit of self-commentary from Dave there.
I didn't hear it. What did he say?
He goes, "Yep, that's halfway up."
I think it's a little further than halfway up.
Yeah, I don't think he's in birdie range, but it was still a valiant effort. Yeah, this hole yesterday, 67% of the field parring it. Only 7% of the field getting the double. 27% bogeying. Came in at an average of 3.4. So it's, yeah, really one of those holes that, you know, a majority of the field are just going to par.
Par or die, would you call it, Matty?
Well, yeah, because there's no birdie available.
So Blake sporting that Heiser Flight Blake Houston. He's got his monogram on the back. Tour edition. Before he went to the States, he sold a lot of these jerseys.
He sold a lot. I'm not even sure they're still available, but definitely hop over to Oz Discs and see if they are, because they're only $50.
Yeah.
And, $50 for a jersey of that quality and that elite aesthetic. Can't go wrong.
But if you were in Molong and you needed some sort of workwear or embroidery or something like that made, I mean, would you... There's only one place I'd go.
I couldn't even think of another place. Because
DVM.
no other places have sponsored holes at this tournament.
DVM workwear and embroidery would be the prime location.
Oh, look, I'm sure if they got a hold of a Blake Houston jersey design, they'd do magic with it.
Absolutely.
They would do magic with it. A little reset from Luke. Now, would you call that a good reset?
I've never seen a bad one.
No.
Never seen a bad reset.
Yeah, a little long there.
Yeah, the bark just skipping over the bark. Look at that fallen bark. It causes havoc about halfway down the fairway. Ground conditions.
And Eugene Nutter, welcome to bat.
So Perry. In a, in a pretty good spot and pretty easy to approach. Not birdie territory, but send it far. Now that's that's an internet handle if ever I've heard one. Send it far. Tuning
Far.
in from North Carolina while I play old school Run Escape.
RuneScape.
RuneScape?
Come
What's
on, bro.
RuneScape?
It's a game.
Is it a video game?
Oh, God.
RuneScape.
I could listen to you two read the phone book. Such kind words from Mr. Farr there. First name, send it.
S far. Send it far. Great name.
As Thomas for his birdie sails that one a little left and a little high. And Joey L, if you ever go to Oregon, check out Crater Lake. We've got our own Crater Lake in Australia.
We
Joey.
do in Mount Gambier. And it's a sensation. It's probably the best course in the country.
Premier course in Australia.
Nailed the accent. That's the second day in a row I've been told I've nailed the North Carolina accent.
You've got a skill when it comes to impressions. I would call you an impressionist. Probably the best impressionist I know. As
So get me started.
Luke looking to save par here.
Does his impression of a putt. And air buds it, unfortunately.
Yeah, more of an airbud one there. Wasn't too consequential. I haven't seen too many airbuds today.
No, not in the way these guys have been playing. Airbuds have been virtually non-existent. So your basic airbuds.
Blake gets in nicely for his par. Yeah, you're. We've seen a couple of basketball playing airbuds.
Yep.
Airbud
yeah, your
one.
simple Airbud one. But as the franchise gets more involved and Bud turns his paw to other sports.
There are 5 installments.
Five
in
installments,
the franchise, and that's just the films.
And that's how we rank our earbuds as Bainey makes a comeback up. That's how we rank our earbuds, where it's situated in the franchise. Is how bad the earbud was.
So if it's a minimal consequence airbud, it's just an airbud. If it's horrific, maybe goes OB, cost you multiple strokes. We're talking airbud 5 spikes back when he takes up volleyball.
Yes, hole 12.
Yeah, more about airbud later as we move on to hole 12. Here it's a par 4. You're looking at 200 meters off the pin. One of the easier holes for these boys. The path that the drone is taking will probably be the path we see all of the boys play. Backhand flipping turnover, followed by a pretty simple backhand hyzer into the green, Jace. I'm expecting a 4th star frame here.
Oh, that's big. As we know, it's appropriately named because this local area, Matty, is the birthplace of Banjo Patterson. So that's why the tribute to the name, Banjo's Dilemma.
Yeah, Banjo Patterson, what a guy. What a guy. Didn't realise we were on camera there. Sorry, just still trying to tend to some of the technical issues.
What a guy. There's another roller. Is that going to stand up? Still gets him a bit of distance.
How am I going to do this?
So, Blake, our joint leader, he looks like he's going to take the right-hand gap, which we haven't seen, Matty.
Yeah, no, that's one out of the box.
As a big roller.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, he's got down there. The basket is slightly situated towards the left of that stack of trees, but it's the first section of trees you just want to stay right out of.
Oh, it's still wet.
It's Perry with a big sweeping forehand. Fades back to just the left-hand side of the trees.
Actually, Simon.
Bainey looks like he's playing down that right side. Flexes one away because you don't want to be too close to the trees here.
Right.
That seems to be where he is, so going to be a tough second shot. And yeah, of course, RSL New South Wales Molong sub-branch, two dual hole sponsors for this tournament. So glad to have. Sorry, folks.
So hole 12, submit. Oh.
So Dave's going to be first to play out of the trees.
Apologies for the awkward silence there. Still
Yeah,
trying to
just
figure
fixing a
out
few
the
issues
the
there.
software.
Carney Shill has commented, Airbud is a movie featuring a golden retriever. You are absolutely 100% correct, Carney Shill, and happens to be Maddie and my favourite movie. So we often talk about Airbud, and to most people's chagrin, never shut up about it.
I mean, the fact that a creature that lacks opposable thumbs can transfer between sports such as baseball, volleyball, basketball, it's impressive. It's the height of Western culture, in my opinion. The Airbud franchise.
As you'll see in the chat just underneath, Ash Weedner, our usual catch cameraman. Obviously, I can't believe it took you to half 2.5 rounds to start talking about Airbud. Well done. Well, unfortunately, we've got to ruin that because we spoke we spoke at length about Airbud yesterday. So sorry about that. But yeah, thank you, Carney Shill, for joining in from Oregon.
Another
The crocodile hunter married a woman from Oregon, so that's where his wife's from.
What was the crocodile hunter's name?
Steve Irwin.
Oh, I was thinking of the other guy. The original crocodile man.
Paul Hogan.
Paul Hogan. Yeah, sorry, no.
Mick Dundee.
Mick Dundee.
Yeah, none of those movies or anything on air, but as we try and stay focused on the action here.
Yeah, this whole playing a little more difficult than I anticipated.
Yeah, all players throwing their second. Blake got up there pretty easily, and looks like he's got a pretty easy birdie opportunity.
Yeah, this hole playing well under par yesterday, coming at 3.57. 14 birdies were had on this hole. That is 47% of the field, Jace.
Yeah, that's decent, isn't it?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you and I had birdie looks on this one in our little practice round yesterday.
We did.
So
They were looks.
that should speak volumes of the scoreability of this hole. We didn't make the birdies, of
They
course.
were looks. Just because we could see the basket doesn't make it a look.
As we go around the course here.
Rich Rain is back from Cleveland, Ohio.
Hello,
tuning in again.
Rich.
The
Avid fan.
Cleveland Browns won last night. Up to Informus.
In the snow, too. And a putt there from Bainey. Nice. Now, I've been fiddling around with the laptop here trying to get the graphics to work. What's Perry throwing here, Jace?
I think that was a birdie.
I'd
As
say,
the fist pump would signify.
as does the applaud from the gallery. And Joey L has a question that you might need to field here, Jace. Has a duck-billed platypus ever interfered in a sporting event?
I'll do it.
Digby, pretty quick to answer. No. Oh, it's back.
Yes.
The chain rattle's back.
Yep.
I thought
So another star frame there for our card. But the man on the move at the moment is Jade Brady.
we got to mention it.
He's moved up into lead card territory, Matty, and we just can't seem to shake him.
Hasn't
on our
shot a
coverage.
bogey yet, has Jade. 5 birdies, clean, no bogeys as we move along here.
Love that for Jade.
Hole 13, par 3, the Dubbo cross. A tough one to get to. Forehand flex, finishing right for the right-handed player is probably preferable. Not much else to do in terms of backhand shots unless you've got the big power over the top, which a couple of these guys do, we might see.
Yeah, look, there's a few ways to get caught on the way to the basket. And it's an exceptionally low basket. Once you get past the first initial bushes, though, it's a pretty open putting area. So we'll see which guys are going to go for it and which guys are just going to take a safe play and play for the par. It'll be interesting, given how tight this contest is. So, geez, this is getting real juicy, isn't it?
It's getting...
We love nationals. How good is it?
It's the pinnacle of the year for me in terms of events.
And being in this disc golf centre of the universe as we are, this is going high. I'm just looking at where Thomas is pointing here. This is going high.
Yeah, so this is that high line I did allude to. Only the big power players have it, but that tree does.
It's still making it just fine. Potentially, you're even more positive the tops of the trees.
That really, really early tree does come
Yeah,
into calculations, and you
gonna
can see
say
Thomas
the-
nicked it on the way through.
I'm going to say the tree came off second best there, but
It is a lot of tree.
didn't get a Vogel-Ogle on that one.
No, we didn't. Look, I spoke to the difficulty of this hole moments ago, but came in at 2 yesterday, so playing under par with 30% of the field finding a birdie on this one.
And that's a putt for Blake. So he's really pushed that. I love how Hootie is just toying with our American viewers in the chat there.
I'd like to meet Hootie. Seems like a hoot.
There was a while there where Americans actually thought we were joking about riding kangaroos to work.
I mean, they're easy to tame.
Yep.
Pretty cheap to buy from the kangaroo shop.
Yes.
In most towns.
Yeah, look, it's a competitive industry these days, the kangaroo shop.
Well, once they that was a genuine ace run.
Dave flashing past the basket.
Showing why this hole played under par yesterday. No, ever since the kangaroos became a pest, the government decided why not kill two birds with one stone and create a new environmentally friendly form of transport. And I don't ride my kangaroo to work because I work sort of 30, 40 Ks from my house. But if I need to pop down the shops, well, I'll ride my pet kangaroo.
Why wouldn't you? Can you have platypuses for a pet? Carney Shill, the important thing you need to know about that is it's platypi. It's the plural of platypus, so important you know that.
Yeah, platypuses sounds unbecoming.
Hot pink turquoise. Greetings from Maryland, USA.
Maryland, go Ravens. I believe Maryland is Baltimore adjacent.
Yes, I believe so. So, as we make up our way up hole 13, Hillside Harvest, which is in Orange, New South Wales, only 30 to 40 minutes away. But it's a little bit of a fruit picking mecca around here, Matty. And I can understand with this weather.
Known for its cherry blossoms.
Cherry blossoms. All forms. Stone fruit in all forms, I must say. And plenty of very, very good berries.
Blue, Raz, black,
goose.
That's about all the berries
That's all
I
the
know.
berries I know too. Yep.
Cran. I like a cranberry and soda. Maybe a dash of vodka.
Yeah, so, Hillside Harvest, thank you very much for your sponsorship. And we hope anyone that's after taking some fruit home or going and stocking up on fruit or berries or stone fruit,
Or
don't go to the supermarket and get it where it's been manhandled by, God knows how
who.
many people.
Yes.
God knows how many people.
Transported
Matty.
in a truck.
There's hands all over it. It's, it's
lost its vitality in transport.
It has. It's been grown for mass production. Go straight to the source.
The experience the satisfaction of hand picking your own produce.
It's grown directly. You can grab it exactly where it's grown.
No
it's better than
chemicals,
that.
no pesticides, nothing.
And I mean, the town's literally called Orange. It's named after a fruit.
They're dedicated to their produce.
There's Thomas with a patent pending out under the tree there.
More berries is a request from our good friend Daz there.
We'll get on that, Daz.
We forgot to mention the elderberry,
We did.
the boysenberry,
Yep.
The
One of
Bill-
my favourites, the boysenberry.
some boysenberry flavoured ice cream. We see Luke out of the trees
Yeah,
here.
Stepper.
The lingonberry, the lesser known lingonberry. Available through Hillside Harvest, I'm sure.
Oh, boom.
I'm glad we decided to pay attention again because that was phenomenal.
That was a ripper, and he's not going away, Boney. He is not going to let an Australian Disc Golf Championship go on within 1,000 kilometres from where he lives, and he's not going to be a part of it?
I'd be stunned if we don't see a late charge from Bainey here. One, because he's just a talented player, probably the most talented player we've got, and two, he just loves being on coverage.
As Brady moves up to 10 under, one off the lead.
Yeah, no stranger to this course is Jade. I know the Canberran boys come out here and played a bit as Perry from the
Boom.
knee.
Yeah, and there's this lovely putt from Dave.
Now
All
Blake
right, so
here.
Alan Brunsting's hit me up in the chat. Fun fact, orange is named after the colour, not the fruit. Okay, what's the fruit named after then? Maybe you could answer that for me, Alan. Good, solid putt from Blake and a
Another-
nice birdie.
Another birdie there for Blakey.
And a nice one from Cassie in the chat. David Berry from the knee.
Sharp as a tack, Cass. Carney going into territory I don't think we really want to go into.
Yeah,
asking
I'm not
about,
touching that one, Carney Shield.
Yeah, asking about our thoughts on the Trump administration. Yeah, no comment. No comment.
As Thomas to make a difficult one from in the trees. Lovely putt.
Makes a
Lovely
difficult one
putt.
look simple. Yeah, so Jade Brady through 14. He's
There is
birdied his last 3 holes and he's sitting firmly in tied.
it's a
Tied
clean
for third.
round. That is a clean round. There's
Still gets a bogey.
a bit of movement happening late on day 2 as we near the last 4 or 5 holes of this round. So stay tuned. We're in hole 14 now, and if there's action on any hole, it's probably going to happen on this one, Matty.
This is the separator in the back 6.
Par 5, 285 metres, narrow as all get out. OB left and right, and basket with narrow OB behind the basket as well. So treacherous is a word I would use.
Fraught with danger, just, yes, surrounded by out of bounds, narrow fairway. We saw a couple of rollers yesterday. Worked a pretty decent effect, getting them good progress up the difficult to manage fairway. But yeah, this is where a player could really make their mark on the event so far, this hole. The chat lighting up with orange talk is a pretty good joke there from Joey L. Trump gets his skin colour from an orange.
There's Blake. Blast a little flex shot up and staying on the right-hand side is nice and safe.
Yeah, definitely playing for safety there was Blake.
So Brady goes to 11 down. As he birdies 15, he is not stopping.
That's 4 in a row for,
He
for
is
Jade.
not stopping. He's 7 down today.
Turning up the heat.
As
What
Adam
is-
Rigby starts working his way up the leaderboard as well.
Yeah, late charge from Rigby.
The polka dot prince of Australian disc golf, Adam Rigby.
We'll have to ask him about his umbrella choice.
I did comment on it this morning when I walked past him about his polka dot umbrella, and I'll be honest, I just haven't been able to let it go since.
I can see that. Bainey opting with the forehand flex. Will come back safely. That's a great shot.
Yeah, good landing zone. He's ID'd that. He knows exactly where he's landing his disc.
Yeah, good ground play too, not to
Now we did.
push too far right.
What did we see from Thomas on this hole yesterday? It was a roller.
Yeah, him and Frosty went.
And I think we're going to
Went
see it
big.
again.
He's definitely lining up the roller again here.
I like it.
He is banking on the trees on that right-hand side to protect him from going out of bounds. That's the
He wants it to crash them, yeah.
the only real concern with this shot selection. Bainey likes it out of the hand.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, it's tracking
Jesus,
nicely.
flying. Same spot he went yesterday.
Pretty much. I think that little tuft is just about identical.
Yeah, to that. That's easy 2 shots from that sort of fairway garden, I suppose you call it, fairway clumping of trees.
I was there in 2 shots in our little practice round. Not that I'm much of a barometer, but just to give you people a perspective of where the humans throw, as opposed to the super pros.
So yeah, that disc travelled down that fairway like fluid down a pipe, Matty.
Good simile.
Fluid down a pipe. Pertec transfer, fluid transfer solutions. What a tremendous company.
Can I embarrass myself here? I
Fire
still
away.
don't really know what we're talking about. Fluid transfer solutions.
You will. I'll tell you what. I'll make it my.
I keep picturing irrigation, but it's not. It's not plumbing, is it? It's not
It can
piping.
be. It's anything where, like fuel hoses, hydraulic hoses on. Have you ever seen excavators? They have big pipes running up that control all the hydraulics.
Yes.
That's fluid transfer.
Okay.
It's hydraulics. So
All right.
you understand how hydraulics work. Fluid power. Look, we're going to have to dive deeper into this. We won't waste anyone's time here, but
I've seen cars with hydraulics. They bounce.
yes, yeah, it's well, we'll get there. Back to the disc golf.
Thank you very much, Pertec. You're doing a
He's
fantastic job.
Joint tournament leader at the moment, Blake Houston. As he flexes one around, and he's got basically in 2 where Thomas Gilbert's got 2 in 1 with that roller.
And this is Blake Houston we're talking about.
This is not. This is Luke Bain. And he's just trying to stay in touch at the moment.
So we hear a roar from outside the shed.
Yeah, we are not too far from hole 18 where people are obviously going for the island.
Something special may have just gone down. I hope we
And
get
there's
some.
a fair gallery gathering. You'll see that when we get to hole 18.
I hope we get some intel as to just what happened. Cliff Fields back in the chat with a keen interest in fluid transfer.
If you want to wake up Cliff Field, just mention Pertec or fluid transfer. So Pertec in orange, wonderful.
As we've got Dave here, he's about to throw his second shot. Fun little fact here, aside from hole 2 and hole 7, Blake and Dave are playing this round identically.
Is that right?
So going back from hole 13, they've both got a birdie. Both birdie on 12, both par on 11, both bogey on 10, both par on 9, both birdie on 8. One discrepancy, both 4 on 6, both birdie 5, 4 and 3. Blake gets the birdie on 2, Dave doesn't, and both birdied 1.
And that's the sort of... this is the reason we got Matty Faz on commentary, because he picks up things like this.
Shrewd.
That is a great stat, and a whole lot of work's gone into that, I can see.
Shrewd statistical analysis. I've been staring at this screen for a long time.
So all players had their second apart from Thomas Gilbert.
The Saskatoon service berry. Maybe our Canadian friends in the chat can tell us about the Saskatoon service berry. I don't think they're available to pick in these parts. Oh boy. I didn't realise blackcurrant was a berry, but looking at it makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to close that tab. Are we finally getting to Thomas's first? Sorry,
Yeah,
second
this
shot.
is his first. This is where his roller went. So well worth the effort, I would say. I appreciate. In the chat, Digby Grayson is trying desperately to help me transform Matty Faz into someone that understands the way fluid transfer works, but not today, Digby. Not today, mate.
Got too much going on in the booth. We see here Thomas trying to
Just getting a look at the basket. He's going to try and get there in one, I'd say.
give himself an eagle look.
Well, I mean, why else would you check where the basket is?
Guess you're right. It's ambitious. Standstill forehand by the looks of it here.
So he's going to have to push the OB on the other side.
Really commit here out of the foliage. What? This is a par 5, right?
Yeah, he's a par 5. That is a boost.
He's gone roller, standstill forehand, and he's just
Wow.
outside the circle for his eagle
He's
look.
going the eagle. Saw that a mile coming away.
Yeah, only 3 birdies in round 2 so far. One of them being Jade Brady on this hole. We did see a 9 from our mate and Jade's mate. Big Aussie. Does not like quad bogeys, does Mr. D'Alessandro.
Oh, dear.
And Tim Bowen, one of our biggest fallers today, dropping 7 spots to tied 13. Hasn't seen a birdie today.
No. Oh. Oh, I'd have to get a close look at that.
That's out of bounds for Blake.
So, like it did this morning, Matty, this hole, it's creating some problems for our MPO division as well.
Really is.
Except Thomas Gilbert.
Not sure if Alan's feedback in the chat is real or not there. We hope the leaderboard isn't obstructed.
So long though. I think it's the same spot as yesterday. Yeah. Maybe you? Yeah, probably.
I honestly think it's good. We've just got a troll in the chat.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it's their individual phone layout. It's only Alan Brunson go over it.
We're back here with Blake throwing, I believe we 3.
That'll be, was it from OB?
Was it OB? 4 if it was in OB, yeah.
So, amazingly going OB on this hole and still getting a par in this division.
Yeah, hole 14 yesterday, playing over par at 5.7. Still about a quarter of the field. carding a birdie with 23% there. 13% of the field did get the double though, so big swings on this one. We did call it as a score separator.
Nice up there from Dave. Nothing silly.
Thanks for the feedback in the chat, guys. We are working diligently to try to correct the graphical error we have.
It's very important to keep your fans and viewers happy, Matty. So we did have to get clarification that Alan wasn't trolling, though, because we call it a preconceived notion.
And he has a podcast called The Trollers. All right, so the exciting eagle putt upcoming for Thomas here.
This could be massive for the leaderboard.
Yeah, he could make up 2, maybe even 3 strokes if he nails this one.
Drop, drop, drop. Oh.
Oh, just a little high. This is what we came for, isn't it, Matty? This sort of battle.
Yeah, it really is. I still think he's going to be making up some ground on the leaders there, and Jade rocketing into tied third.
Gilbert going for an eagle play because he needs to. That's exactly why we watch this this sport.
Yeah, and as someone said in the chat, I believe it was Hootie, he just breaks holes, sees the game differently.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happening, breaking a hole. Oh, Luke Bain. And he's not going away, this guy.
Don't sleep on Bainey.
He's still got 3 or 4 holes after this one to be Bain, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. As you see Blake here lining up. What is a par putt?
Boom.
He's been putting really good.
He has.
Really good today.
And an OB pass too there, so. And birdie attempts for Gilbert. Stays in. So he takes one at least.
Yes, we hope the leaderboard debacle has been corrected. Thank you for the feedback in the chat, everybody. We've got 4 more holes to go, Jace.
Yes, and things are definitely tightening up. As we move to 15, which is a par 3, it's called hide and seek. It's 109 metres. It's slightly downhill, and the basket is hiding, and it's your job to seek it. I suppose that's where the name comes from. Just under the trees here, tucked away. So, what did we see on this yesterday, Matty?
A lot of the players went big with the backhand highs, like trying to crash in. I'm not sure we saw one player go directly at it through the... I can't say it anymore. Let's just call it a small, tightened gap.
You've been told. You have been told not to use that word anymore.
a small, tight gap that things need to be squeezed through.
So, yeah, Gilbert up into outright third. And Jade Brady, is he through 18, is he?
Through 16.
through 16, so that could still change.
Yeah, he did get a bogey on 16, which dropped him into 4th spot, as we see Peaches Perry here claiming the box. Actually might look like he's going for the gap. Let's have a look. I guess those 2 trees on the right preclude the big hyzer, but yeah.
Needs to get stable. Yep. Not overly impressed with that, Dave.
Yeah, playing just under par this one at 2.9 in round 1. 13% of the field carding the birdie, with 83% of the field taking a par. So not a lot of danger to be had, and a small opportunity to score. So yeah, definitely a bit of a bonus birdie.
So, Bainey, as we said, 4 shots off the pace. And needs that to get stable. Or is he going the side on purpose? Okay.
I forgot about that access
Yeah,
point.
didn't know who was doing that.
Fantastic shot with a forehand flex.
Now, what is this play?
He looks to have a mid-range in hand.
Find it. Yeah, that's the gap, Tom.
Oh yeah.
Look at this. Oh, is that it?
6 meter he left.
6 metre? That's less than a 6 metre. That's about a 3 metre.
Really good.
That's how the hole's supposed to be played.
Really good touch from a notable power player.
As God knows what we're going to see this kid throw.
He's looking to the skies, which, with something that's going to be released on Annie, whether it's a Sky Annie or a roller, I don't know. So it looks like he's trying to get through
He's
that
trying
same
to roll
gap
it in.
Bainey did.
Little
Checks
short.
up a little early, yeah.
Don't know about that one, Matty.
Good thinking. I think the shot's there.
You like it?
You know me, I love a roller.
I just feel like there's a guy on a tee pad that can quite safely blast 110 metres straight.
Look, it is a tight little gap that you got to push through, requiring a lot of touch, and he's playing for birdies.
Yeah, so just a score check up. Dave Perry's 2-shot lead over Blake House and Thomas Gilbert. Through 14 holes, so 4 to go, including this one. Jay Brady is 10 down through 16, and Luke Bain is on this card at 9 down. Chile has finished at 5 down. Ollie Webb and Adam Rigby both on 5 down. 2 holes to play. So plenty could change. Plenty could change, Matty.
Yeah, there's still some moving to be done on moving day here, as we see the window that Dave has to manage for his upshot. Carney Schill is very interested in Australian culture here. Firing out the questions. Is gun ownership common? No, it's not. After a tragic gun event we had in Tasmania, guns were outlawed by Prime Minister John Howard.
Yeah, nice. Ensuring the par there from Dave Perry.
But although Carney's very interested in Australia, she is, or he, or they are rooting for the North American Thomas. Have you ever met a Carney before?
Like an actual Carney.
I meant someone named Carney. We've all
No,
met,
I've never heard that name before.
we've all met Carneys.
I've met Carneys, yep.
We've all been to the Ekka.
We've all been. We've all taken a ride on a dodgy Dodgem car stall. And good little out from a Bainey in there, I think. I'm interested to see now where
I should have invited Alan to this year's Ekka in Queensland.
Or is that that's Bainey now? So that must have been Blake out of the trees there. Bainey with a much needed birdie if he's going to stay on lead card. Wowee.
And a great catch from our
He loves
cameraman
that
there.
distance. He just loves that distance, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's hot on Brady's heels now. 3 holes to play. And Thomas for birdie.
Yeah, never in doubt.
Such touch off the tee there.
Never in doubt there, so still plenty happening on this card.
Blake will have to settle for par there.
And a par for our man Perry.
Still good enough to hold on to his lead though. Snuck out to a little 2-shot lead here.
$16, we've got 3 to go. This is a par 3, 109. It's called the local drop for 2 reasons. One reason is it drops off right near where the basket is. And the other reason is because it's sponsored by Rosnay Organic Wines and organically grown, beautiful wines. Beautiful. What can you say about it?
I can't say much. I haven't had a I haven't had a try yet. I would love if they brought us one right now.
So it's a local drop. So does anyone get the
double entendre.
double entendre there? Local drop, and then it's a lot. I thought it was clever.
I'm going to give the viewers the benefit of the doubt and assume they understand the joke or
Okay.
the
So I'll
clever,
stop explaining it.
the
but,
clever wordplay here, the local drop. But no, there is a slight drop off toward the end of the fairway on this hole. And, if you have a nice wine and you're speaking a little more colloquially, you might refer to it as a good drop.
Yep, in which case it's local. So
In this case, Rosnay Organic is the local wine.
But we have an absolute battle on our hands here. There's 5 or 6 guys vying for this spot. This much sought after spot on lead card, isn't it, Matty?
It is fierce competition at the moment. This hole, surprisingly, not playing as easy as I would have thought for a 109-metre, slightly downhill par 3, coming in at 2.93 yesterday. So just under par, but I thought it would have been a bit lower than that.
Yeah, I suppose it's not the easiest journey. And it's big, wide open, but it's still a bit of a, 109 and a low ceiling.
Yeah, that low ceiling does bring a degree of
That's,
difficulty to it.
That definitely changes the way the hole's played.
Yeah, just 17% of the field carding the birdie on this one yesterday. That is 5 players in the MPO division. I guess we do have a little bit of an elevated basket on a downhill green, and if you whiff that downhill putt, it could cost you a stroke or 2.
Yeah, and I think that's, look at that ceiling we're looking at there. And our leaderboard updates. So Perry by a shot over Gilbert. Here's Houston in 3rd spot. Jade Brady and Luke Bain both on 10 under.
And Bainey on a 4-hole birdie streak. We can't let that one go unnoticed. The hot hand at the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Chris Hill in the clubhouse with an impressive 6 under for the day.
Yeah, good day for Chile. Everyone's happy to see that.
Yeah, a couple of other impressive rounds. Ollie Webb and Adam Rigby backing up from yesterday's Rigby. He's 5 under, as is Ollie. 5 under for the tournament, that is.
As Bainey leads us off here with 3 holes to go. This is where the action starts in a round like this. There's
This
a
is a
big
nice-
flex on that.
No, that's a good line. Asking for it to sit.
He's giving himself every chance at another birdie, hasn't he?
I'm thinking 5 in a row for Bainey.
You calling it?
I'm calling it. And I'm losing track of the chat here, Jace. There's so much conversation, and we love it.
There's a lot going on, that's for sure.
Disc golf is coming together online, and not even just chatting disc golf, just sharing personal stories and local information. It's awesome. As we see Thomas outright second, going with the forehand. No, you did not, Thomas.
It's not going to be too bad, but it's a long birdie look. He's got that in him.
It's a risky putt from there. I'm not sure he'll attack it, considering the circumstances. Now, what's Perry opting for here? We know he's got both sides
It would have to
dialed.
be a forehand, wouldn't it? No, it's not. It's a backhand.
And this is why we have you in the booth. Just blowing those fingers dry. Bit high from Perry.
Yeah, it's out the gap.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
it's
got
not
the
bad.
He's got the uphill putt.
That's not bad.
I'm calling that 13 metres uphill.
Now, what's interesting to see the way Blake plays this next 3 holes. Is he going to attack?
Well, there is a gap on the above those right side trees, and it looks like he's looking up. So maybe trying to spike the green with something overstable. I can't quite see if that's a driver or an. Oh wait, he's gone low. Ignore me.
I've just noticed something in the leaderboard. Can you tell me what's happened to Jade Brady when you get a chance? Oh no, he's okay. Sorry. He dropped to 4 under. I thought, what's he done? That's okay.
That was just a glitch.
Just a minor scoring glitch. Yeah.
Just a glitch in the graphic.
Good heavens.
No, he's in the clubhouse. 6 under for the round, 10 under for the tournament. Jade. Yeah, had a pretty slow last 3 holes, going bogey par par. Chile, on the other hand, Chris Hill, turkeyed the last 3 holes, giving himself a sniff, let's say.
Boom.
Tied for 6th.
Yeah. It's like, no, bro, they're still
I was like
20, 30.
triple bogey. I was like, because on hole 2 he went over long.
No, we're going to have to find one of these Rosnay organic wines tonight.
I believe there's some. I reckon we'll be able to get our hands on one, Matty. They're sponsoring the event.
Even though it's probably approaching 30 degrees here in the shed, I would put down a Rosnay organic red wine. I know you would too,
Absolutely.
right now.
Gilbert for birdie.
Oh, he wanted it too.
Jeez, he gave it every chance. That good and from that far doesn't even qualify as an airbud.
No, it was an airbud because he didn't draw a medal, but I guess he just backs his ability to putt uphill.
Yeah, layup from Blake. Not interested in blowing his score out.
No, he's played too well in the early parts of the round to throw it away now. Yeah, Dave wasn't very pleased with that one as he released it, and you can see why. Yeah, just laying that one up. So Bainey for 5 in a row, and to get strokes on all the card here. Could push up into tied 3rd with Blake. And Thomas still with a little bit of a putt left to go, so who knows?
Yep. Have not seen him miss a putt for a long time now.
That is a 5-pack for Luke.
It's a big play.
Grinning ear to ear.
Absolutely.
But he's always grinning like that.
He's a happy man. He's a happy man that's sitting at 11 down. An equal third.
Charging.
Needs this to stay in touch.
High left side.
Yeah. Not happy about it either.
No, 2-stroke swing. So we're going to see Bainey jump to equal second. Or outright second. As a matter of fact.
Yeah, so Perry with the... That was the creepiest look I've ever seen.
Not sure I'm going to be able to sleep
Oh, he's a
tonight.
competitor, Luke. There's no doubt about it. So let's go to hole 17. There's only 2 to go, folks. And, geez, is this action-packed or what? We reach the windmill. The windmill glade. She's a par 4, 197 metres. Right out into this field, so there's plenty of room. There's OB far on the left, but we're well in bounds. But we've got a very tricky peninsula, Matty.
Yes, I would call it a peninsula ball. Blake is playing. You are Jason. No, hole 17, one of the tougher ones on the course. Playing at 4.27. 20% of the field carding bogeys yesterday. That was 6 of the MPO competitors. 8 of them getting the bogey.
Oh, the big Sky Annie from Bainey, and that's just dropped straight down. Don't often see shots like that from Luke, do we?
No. No, yeah, challenging hole this one.
With all this young energy.
We should see some score separation.
So Dave going with a similar Sky Annie route.
And I'm appreciating the elevated shot that Kyle's taking on this hole. It's how disc golf,
He's
the
a
disc
tech
golf
whiz.
should be.
Kyle Herbertson, he's a tech whiz.
He's a tech whiz. This is how disc golf should be filmed, in my opinion. Slightly more elevated behind the player. And we can see why he's elevated the angle, because
That's a boost.
Terry's gone through the stratosphere on that one. What the?
How did he throw it that far?
It's going to start raining after that shot. That was a literal cloud breaker, not that.
Yeah, so good drive from Dave Perry, and I'm not sure what. Yep. So Blake's gonna throw from the back of the tee pad here.
Maybe our cameraman got the inside word as to what the players were going to do here, because they're all going huge and up high.
Possibly.
Look at that 3-way tie for second, just quietly.
Look at the size of that umbrella. It's massive.
Is this turning into a roller?
It is, unfortunately.
Oh, watch out for that left side OB.
And is it the road?
He could be safe
I think
there.
it's short of the road.
That tree sort of indicates the corner of the left side OB.
I think
the-
he's okay, thanks to that stunning vision from Neil Vogel, our standing catch cam operator, who's doing a massive job out there.
Look how slowly that car's driving. No one's in a hurry out here, are they? In beautiful Molong. Carney Shill giving some feedback. These two guys sound just like Mighty Car Mods. Not familiar with that.
No idea what that is. And there's the same shot from Thomas.
Looking to get a roller down too, I believe. Now there's no OB on that right hand side.
No, that's right.
Gee willikers.
Oh, maybe there is.
Is there?
There is. There's flags there. What's that for?
There isn't any OB denoted on our graphic. Well, there is OB long.
Yeah, that's going to be. That's.
Is that OB long of the basket? Has he reached
Yeah,
basket
I think
height?
he's reached the basket.
He has not reached basket height.
I'm pretty
from
sure he's
this
reached the
tee.
basket.
That's a 200-meter roller if that's the case.
It's downhill.
And even longer than 200 meters considering the OB is long of the basket. We'll need some confirmation here if he's actually gone long OB with that massive roller. And speaking of massive,
RES power for good. Is that where you were going?
massive wind turbines,
Yeah.
massive sustainability.
It's what they do. It's what they do. Using Earth's natural elements to create energy, Matty. That's as green as it gets, isn't it?
That's God's work,
At least 110, I think. I think
as God intended it.
go for it. I'm just going to like range it real quick.
So yeah, thank you to RES Power for Good, of course. I love that they're sponsoring the windmill hole. I think that's a nice touch.
There's some thought. Oh, we sort of alluded to it yesterday, didn't we? There's been some thought put into like which sponsors are actually sponsoring which hole, and credit to Kevin and Sharon for making it relevant because it gives us something to talk about and appreciate and analyse.
Absolutely. So Bainey, after his drive, didn't go very far.
No, I think Birdie's out of the equation here for the man on the hot streak.
And he's got underneath that, struggling. It's short.
Yeah, I think he'll have a backhand hyzer in for his par opportunity.
Yeah, so par at best. There for Bainey.
We'll say a quick hello to our mate Brett Zeeble there, who's sending out the love for Herbo, the tech guru, in the chat. I'm sure he's got a cold beverage as he enjoys what the boys, or the show that the boys are putting on for us here, Jace.
I'm sure. I've no doubt in the world, actually.
Is Carney Shield planning to move here? Australia has expensive mortgage rates. It's no joke.
Yeah, I can 100% vouch for that.
You are a homeowner.
I'm a struggling homeowner at the moment. But I'm told they might come down sometime soon.
Yes, the Reserve Bank might make the change next February, I'm hearing. So we get a very long shot of Blake.
Yeah, so we're not actually sure. We don't believe he's gone OB. But this to throw his second. He's in a three-way tie for second at the moment. Neg 11, and that's going to help him immensely.
Yeah,
That's
took
a
it.
ripping approach.
Yeah, took it over the left side OB, risked it, and landed on
With
one
that OB, that
pretty-
is sensational.
It's a pretty minimalised green. There's the old Bunnings umbrella. Look at the storm clouds rolling in there, Jace.
Yeah,
You see
it's a little
those?
grey over the top, which is
Hopefully makes our little casual round after this a little cooler.
possibly. We hope so anyway, Matty.
Yeah, if you want to come have a throw with us, see how a couple of disc golf peasants play a championship level course, feel free. Got to limber up after sitting down for a collective 6 or 7 hours today.
Matt Green says he wasn't expecting an update about the Reserve Bank while watching people chuck frisbees. Well, this is what you're dealing with when you deal with Park Media, Matt.
We're multifaceted.
We are. We're for the common man.
And Hootie without the blowfish, very active in the chat.
Absolutely no blowfish. So Dave is going to have his long look. Exceptionally long look.
You can see some colour in the legs there. Lots of exposure to the heat and the sun this weekend for Dave. Building that base tan for summer.
Should be able to put that away, Dave. And card a birdie.
Sorry about that, just giggling at some of the antics in the chat.
That is absolutely correct comment.
Chris Ronalds is here for the barefoot tips.
From Ashley Weedner there. I haven't paid for petrol in 23 years. That is correct.
Here's a tip for you. Keep 6 months worth of wages and put the rest in ETFs. Yeah. No, I sat down with my accountant recently, did my taxes, figured out some financial strategies. Mark Boland at Callaghan Associates, if you need an accountant. Shout out to a good friend of mine. Not to be confused with Mark Boland, who runs Cross Tasman Discs. Lots of Mark Bolands out there.
Back to Thomas Gilbert and
So-
disc golf. We're not sure if he was... I don't think he was OB. We may not find out till the end.
He just made this hole look like a very simple birdie. And it's not that. It's not a simple birdie.
It's not, but he does look dejected, so...
He's thrown a 200-metre roller, Jason.
Yeah, no, it was impressive. Don't get me wrong. But he looks a little upset. So I'm just trying to gauge on whether or not he went OB.
Maybe he's just that hungry for an eagle.
Oh, Baby.
Keeps the foot on the gas when it comes
Certainly
to the putting.
does, and finishes as strong as we know he can. Dave to hold on to his lead. Good putt by Dave and a fist bump to match.
Yeah, so Haley just paying closer
Yep.
attention than we are. Did look like he went long over the basket, which is phenomenal. That's 200 metres plus of the roller there, and it looks like he's only going to card the par after a massive roller that should have been rewarded a little more, I think.
Yeah, no wonder he looks disappointed and dejected.
Speaking of dejected,
Yep.
Jason, good segue here.
As am I.
We're always feeling dejected when we come to hole 18.
It's a fun one, hole 18, but none of us want this to end, Matty. They start off up next to the road. OB, road and beyond. And as it forks off, there's the basket just behind that keep left sign. In just about the centre of that cheesecake slice there.
I'm glad you've got on board and referred to it as a cheesecake slice. Look, we didn't see the players get as aggressive as I thought they were going to get yesterday, as we have a quick look at the leaderboard there. Look, I think at this point of the tournament, we are on moving day. Players might get a little assertive with this hole and try to card the birdie.
Yeah, look, I would be surprised if I'm honest, because at the moment our lead card remains unchanged. And I feel like it's the first tick for these guys going into tomorrow is to be on lead card.
It's a good
If
point.
you're starting on lead card, then that's your pass mark. So no one wants to try and do it from chase because you don't know what's going on. You can't play one-on-one against the guys on your card. So I feel like these guys are ultimately trying to get on lead card. So
Look, if you're happy to leave a guy like David Perry with a 2-stroke lead going into the final day, then, yeah, play it safe.
I think so.
Look, we only saw 10% of the field birdie this one tomorrow, 3 players, that is. I'd like to know who. Just let me look that up real quick.
Who's that?
The players that birdied hole 18 yesterday. Shout out to David Perry was one of them. Ollie Webb and Mikey Hare.
Mikey Hare juiced one onto 18. Like that. Like that a lot.
He's got chops, Mikey Hare.
So Dave, we know, has the power to do it. It's 120 metres to the basket.
Just got to get around this pesky dead tree that you see there directly in the middle of shot. And
Oh, he's in. Wrong side of the road, but he's in.
intentional, you think there?
I think, like we mentioned yesterday, I think what it is, well, I'm going to go for the left side of the wedge of the cheesecake. And if I hit the road, I'll probably skip back in bounds. So it's a safe play. It's a par play. It's a tough cheesecake slice to hit.
It is.
You know, it's narrower at the front and it's wider at the back. I know the way you know the way a slice of cheesecake works, but yeah, that's not great for landing a disc on. And Blake has always done a similar thing here. Let's go for safety.
I don't know about you, Jace, but I just heard some boos from the crowd.
Oh, because Blake didn't go for it. Yeah, we are not far from the gallery, and I can hear the cheers. I would hope that they're not booing
We don't
any of our lead card players.
We don't pull a lot of punches here in Australia.
No, it's pretty brutal.
I don't think Luke's going to be affected by the the gallery, but let's see what he does here. And he looks
It's
like
tracking.
he's going
It's
for
tracking.
it. Go in the hole, please. Oh, wait. It was
Oh,
way
he's short as well, yeah.
I got overexcited there. Apologies.
Yeah, so no one attacking the slice. Is Thomas wouldn't be overly happy with sitting in equal third position. So does he do it and blow himself off lead card possibly?
We're going to find out. I haven't seen Thomas play a lot this year. He's just with the strength of the Pro Tour, he doesn't get onto as many lead cards as he used to. Looks like he wants to go big, though.
Potentially. Forward skip.
That's a play for the green, Jace.
Yes! Oh, gee.
Sticks it.
I must admit the crowd outside did spoil that for me. I could hear them about. So we got a slight delay, and I reckon it was as he threw the disc, I could hear them screaming. So
Yeah. Nah, good atmosphere out at hole 18, and yeah, you're right. He did hit the thicker, crustier back end of the cheesecake slice.
Yep. And perform for the crowd, which is most important. As you can see, up under those red and yellow canopies there's quite a few players that have finished their rounds, and just general disc golf fans just gathering up there. If you can manage to see it around that massive umbrella that Bainey is carrying.
If you're a fan of Bainey's umbrella and you want to see more of it tomorrow and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. You'll get the notifications. Like it, share it, tell your friends. Disc golf
I'm
is
not
still
saying
happening.
it's big. It comes with tent pegs, though.
A strong gust would take his caddy away. Cliff Field thinks it's a cheese wedge. And quite judgmental of the cheesecake talk.
So Blake for the first shot onto the cheesecake. Nice, certain par for him.
Cheesecake slice, Jason. A sixth.
Cheesecake slice.
A sixth of a cheesecake, I estimated it to be.
Yep.
No, for all the Americans and the Europeans currently in Disc Golf Pro Tour off-season, PRKD Media does have a lot of content coming your way just to satisfy, just to scratch the itch until the pros kick off again next February is Dave. Plays it up there safely. He'll take a par on hole 18 here.
Yeah, a few Aussie tournaments that we filmed and post-produced, or we will post-produce and bring out in the coming months. One of the biggest tournaments in Australia, bar the Nationals, is the Eruption, which was a couple of weeks ago, so that's still to come out, Matty.
Yeah, a few big international players came over to play that. Casey Hannemeyer from Canada, Stan, I can't remember his last name right now, from Austria.
Stanislas Aman.
Good memory.
Oh, sit.
Stanislav Aman, that's correct, yes. And then Thomas Gilbert in the Aussie Open, which happened last week. That'll be coming out on Park Media's channel.
Yeah, so a lot of disc golf to come out. So if you like what you see, please subscribe. If you haven't already, to our channel and help us bring you more disc golf content and possibly even live streams in the future. As we have the sole birdie look remaining. Wouldn't this lift the roof off the place, Matty?
Oh, yeah, and give him a tied second place with Blake.
Oh, yes. Oh, he knows how to play for a crowd, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Great part. What a great finish.
No stranger to a mass amount of
Thomas,
spectators.
and he'll take himself back up to equal second, I'm pretty sure.
Equal second with Blake, correct.
And 2 shots behind this man who's going to take a 2-shot lead in overnight. Another great round from Dave Perry, and we know he's got more to give. And this man just did not go away, did he? He had an interesting middle part of his round, but he continued to just putt the lights out.
Yeah, a 5 birdie streak between
A
holes
5 birdie streak
holes
was
12
massive.
and holes 12 and 16. Not the easiest stretch, but that'll conclude things. The back
Yeah,
9,
it's
round 2.
Good to see a lot of crowd involvement up there. Great to see. As our 4 lead card MPO players lead. Currently, overnight, as mentioned, Dave Perry on 14 under. Blake Houston and I believe Thomas Gilbert will go in at 12 down overnight, and Luke Bain at 11 down. Big round from Jay Brady at neg 6. Couldn't get him on lead card, but he'll lead off the chase card. Adam Rigby with another good day. Chris Hill obviously finishing off really well, and Jeremy Carruthers, big round from him. Ollie Webb and Bryson Haft making up the top 10. So another sensational day. We thought we were going to be off to an absolute beauty with what Blake was putting out there this morning. But yeah, they reined him in, and a lot of other players had their moments, and then Bainey at the end, and probably Thomas Gilbert on that last hole, just really hamming it up for the crowd. What was your favourite part?
My favourite part was the hot start from Blake.
Yep.
I thought we were, as you said, on the verge of something special there. He did sort of fall away toward the end, but obviously still good enough to be in second place.
Yeah, well, it was definitely a fun day watching, and if anything, I'm looking forward more to day 3. Day 3 of the MPO, it's going to be absolutely sensational. It's very close. There's only 3 shots in it between the top 3. And don't forget, if you've been tuning in, don't forget to tune in tomorrow morning, matey.
Please do. We're covering the final round of the FPO division. Tied at the top there between America's Peyton Miller and Lara's own Claire Hussey.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a hot battle, and that'll be coming out to you from about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So, until then, get some rest and make sure you join us here tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name's Jason Wiedner.
I've been Matty Faz.
And we are Park Media, and this has been the 2024 RPM Australian Disc Golf Championships for Day 2. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Catch you guys.